Hello, everyone, and welcome to GDQ Hotfix. My name is Cutie, and this is Perilous Paths, where we focus on Soulslikes, Roguelikes, and Metroidvanias. First thing first, I want to take a minute to recognize Frost Fatales, that event that we've had for the last week or so, and it raised about $150,000 for the National Women's Law Center. And I just want to give a quick shout out to everyone who was involved, whether it was a runner, commentator, support staff, production, and of course, all of you out there watching, donating, and otherwise contributing. What an amazing event. Just wanted to give a quick little celebration to all that we accomplished there. Now, looking forward to this show, we've got Metroid Fusion, any percent normal, as well as Metroid Dread. All bosses, unrestricted rookie. There's a lot of little parentheses I got to remember. But Dread, for little known fact, is a direct sequel to Fusion, even though they came out about 20 years apart. So I'm super excited to celebrate this little slice of Metroid history and Metroid gaming. But first, I also have to recognize that today is St. Patrick's Day. And now that might mean different things to different people, and there's lots of ways to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, but we're going to go with, let's call it the safe for work version of wearing green. Yes, I am doing my best to contribute to that. Now, you might be looking at that schedule and saying, Cutie, why are we doing Metroid on St. Patrick's Day? Samus doesn't wear green. Samus isn't like Luigi or not Mario, Luigi or a Battletoad or a Ninja Turtle or even Link. So what are we doing here? Well, iconically, Metroids, they're not always green, but when you think of a Metroid, they are typically green and greenish in color, and they change. So we are going with, and canonically, lore accurately, and perhaps most importantly, in my own opinion, Metroids are Irish. Yes, that's what we're going with. You learned it here first. Feel free to repeat that fact far and wide because I think it is now a thing. But without further ado, let's go ahead and bring in our first group, which we have Thunder, who's going to be running Metroid Fusion at 80% normal, along with his commentary team of Dark Spy, Flash Frost, and Schmade. How are you all doing today?
Thank you very much.
Hello.
Great intro. Metroids are Irish. I did not know that.
Fun fact.
But we're
learn
doing
something
great.
new every day,
Yeah.
huh?
Metroids drink Guinness.
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
now. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
If you can't tell, we had some fun in the green room earlier. This is going to be a great run. Just don't go anywhere. You're going to love this. But if you all could give us a quick introduction, tell us a little bit about yourselves, what we can expect to see, then give us a 3, 2, 1 count whenever you're ready, and we'll just get into it.
All right, I guess we'll just go down the list. So I'll start. My name's Thunder. I've been running Fusion it'll be 2 years. Actually, I think I just crossed my 2-year mark a few days ago. But easy way to sum me up is engineer by day, speedrunner by night.
I'm Dark Spy. I am also a Metroid Fusion speedrunner and a quote good friend of Thunder. I started speedrunning Fusion a year and change ago, climbed my way up to top 20, and I'm very excited to see Thunder run on GDQ Hotfix, especially playing Fusion.
You want to go first, mate? I'll go. All right. So I'm Flash Frost. I've been running the game for roughly 3 years. My fellow commentators are all better than me, but that's okay. Still love them all equally. Almost. I'm kidding. Of course, Thunder is a good friend of mine, as well as Schmade and Dark Spy, and Thunder is very fun to watch. I've watched him in voice chats many times before. Can't wait for him to showcase the skill that he has rapidly developed in the community to all of you here today on GDQ.
And finally, I am Schmade. I think I'm the most experienced runner here, which is weird to say. I started just over 3 years at this point now. And funny enough, everyone in this couch is like in each minute barrier going down. So I've got a 111 runner with Thunder, 112 is my time, 113 is Dark Spy, and Flash with 114. And we're all like really experienced with this game. We've all kind of grown with each other through the games, and it's kind of insane to see where it's gone, really. Definitely going to be a really good run, especially with Thunder's caliber. And also, I've watched Thunder a lot in BC, and a lot of his running, which is another thing you have to go by.
Beams.
But, yep, it's going to be a great run. I'm really excited to see how this goes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Chat says that Thunder and Flash hold the 2-player 1 controller world record.
That is true.
I knew they were going to bring that up. I knew they were going to bring that up. Oh, man.
Yeah.
that is in fact
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, we're planning on meeting up again this summer and beating that world record. So excited.
It's going to be great, actually. What's the time? 129? Sub 130?
Yeah.
kind of insane.
All right, let's go ahead and go ahead and get this run started. If you want to give us a 3, 2, 1.
All right. Yep. And 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck. Have fun.
Appreciate it.
Let's go.
So starting off with text, as per usual, this game is full of text. We love text. Text is awesome. And we're playing on the Japanese version because Japanese version is like 3 minutes faster than all of the versions of the game. It's kind of crazy. With an asterisk on that. There is a Chinese version of the game which is even faster, but with Andex it's extremely inaccessible and onto the hardest room in the game.
Just that easy.
Just
that easy, folks.
You sure it's that hard?
Maybe it's because I did it for 20 minutes, but
yeah, it's like this game's funny because you start off with a text box, which is like kind of annoying, can be messed up because text in this game is a skill-based thing for no reason at all, and then you get like a bunch of like really annoying rooms. This segment is like very reset prone.
Oh yeah.
But
I have a lot of resets on this one.
Fine so far?
A lot of resets.
I know.
Me both. You and me both.
I love it so much I can just play it for hours a day. Come on, right? I mean,
Same. Mandeck is the best part of the game.
Thunder has, and correct me if I'm wrong, anywhere between 1,500 to 2,000 resets on the first split of the game.
it is well over 2,000.
Yeah, well, sounds about right.
There you go.
That's not a joke. That is not hyperbole. This is really true.
No,
Wow.
this
is
I know that for certain. I looked at it. I looked at it not too long ago.
attempts total. Wow.
Well, it's right at the start as well. So it's like you mess up, you lose 3 seconds. It's like, all right, I'll just bring those 3 seconds back, and then the next segment is worse. So it's like, for God's sake. Well, I'm stuck in main deck. I've had a stream before where I was 5 hours stuck in main deck, and I got into the 10 minutes twice. That was awesome. I got the gold out of it. Hey, we have more of this text now.
Yeah.
It's just going to make up a lot of the game.
Yeah,
as I said, losing 3 minutes on the other versions to Japanese version. The IGT in this game is like 25 minutes in front of RTA. There's that much text. Because text doesn't account for in-game time.
Just about, yeah.
Yeah.
The text doesn't account in game time, so yeah, the gap is huge. Oh, Flash.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And it doesn't count in in-game time. So because RTA is the primary method, there is some innate strategy to remembering all of the text boxes because you can't simply mash like you can in other Metroid games. You have to like know when to press A to advance text.
Yeah, which is why it's a skill-based thing. There's like a big deviation with like text boxes for different levels of runner. Like even my text is like 10 seconds slower than people around me. It's like really funny.
I hate to step in here, but we actually have a hype train going on in chat, and I do want to remind everyone. That your subs, your Prime Gaming subs, your gift subs, and your bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel do help support Games Done Quick Hotfix. So if you enjoy watching speedruns like this one, consider subscribing to the channel to get access to our emotes, have ad-free viewing, and chat with other subscribers during our replays. I see the hype train going. We want to build that up even a little bit more. So if that's something that interests you, definitely consider getting in on that.
Yeah, keep the hype train up.
Let's get this hype train up.
Let's go.
Especially for this game. This game is hype as hell.
Didn't even get through missiles.
Yeah.
We got the hype train going.
The more of the hype train, the less beams Thunder gets.
Lock in.
Oh, wait.
Oh, I thought the first one.
Oh, he got nervous for it.
Bro's getting tired.
I double tapped the first one. Okay, we're fine with that.
Hey, one
we're
beam,
fine.
Not bad. And by the
One
way,
beam
I'll be keeping
without
track
the
of the
double?
RNG.
Yeah.
No 10-second
double.
deficit.
What he was trying to do, though, was trying to skip one of the cycles. I didn't manage to do that and got beamed for it, so you're supposed to kill that Idor in 2 weapons. And then we'll get this guy. This guy sucks. Oh!
What is that? Okay.
No rolls. Okay, we'll take it.
Okay. I mean, we take those.
Well, this would have been
I
great
reached
if,
my hand up to split
hit the
again. It's so bad. It's just built in.
Shmei, do you wanna explain core doubles to the audience?
You're gonna put it on him?
Similar aspect to
5 minutes.
door doubles. So you want to basically So you want to be overlapping the missiles into the core to hit on the same frame. Basically, it does double damage, or well, both missiles account for the damage, and it lets you kill the cores in quicker cycles. It's not too hard, really. I'd say the idle doubles are harder. It's just there's more of the core doubles to do. But you're basically manipulating the core in a way. It's fun to do it in this one where it's spawning, so you put 2 missiles as it's spawning when it's not vulnerable yet. So when it becomes vulnerable, both missiles hit on the same frame. But the more traditional method for other cores is you manipulate the core around, so as it swings around, it flies into 2 missiles that you put into its way. That just should kill the core in much less cycles than otherwise.
And the reason why core doubles work is because even though visually they look like circles, their hitboxes are actually squares.
Yeah, so it's like,
Which is just strange, but it's absolutely true. They are squares. So when it says the circle fits the square hole, or the square fits the circle, whatever, accurate,
I mean,
100%.
Isn't squaring the circle one of mathematics' most infamous problems? Solved by Metroid Fusion.
Wow.
true.
Mind blown. You heard it here first, chat. You learned math today.
Or what was the elevator?
Everything in this game's a
39, decent. We'll take that.
That would have been... If you got that audible, this would actually be a really good pass.
Yeah. We've had better and we've had
from-
worse. Not worried about it.
Yeah, if you aren't familiar with the story, that scary-looking Samus is not Samus. That is just a Samus that is infected by the parasites that keep forming all the other enemies on the station. It is a lot stronger than us, so we're just going to avoid it whenever we can.
Like stunt double.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stunt double is accurate.
It's technically not Samus that's infected, it's the suit parts, right? All the organic parts of the suit are the infected parts that turn into
Yes.
big formed, gross version of Samus, and it's going around the station trying to kill you. We'll see it a few times, but at the moment, that's the only instance we'll see of it for maybe 10 minutes.
Oh, I hit the zombie. Good luck. Yeah.
Yo, this is the run. Oh, hell yeah.
I think so. I think he's going to get a PB here. Monkey, if you're watching, he's coming for you.
It's just over. It's already over. Long ledge grab, missed the cycle. Yeah, you want to kill this. You want to kill that thing as quick as possible because these rooms work on cycles. If you miss the cycle, you lose a second and a half, which he has done just that.
Yeah.
Ooh, but
That was a slow ledge grab.
All right,
Grab the ledge and almost slipped.
I'm thinking it's time to get an announcement out. No?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
could
good
do.
spot for that, yeah.
Is
Yeah.
anything to announce? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm always happy to be announcing stuff. Us being the first show of the week, I do want to make sure that you know that this week Hotfix will be live from GDC. That's the Game Developers Conference in San Francisco. Specifically today, right after this show, Anarchy will be broadcasting an episode of Hidden Heroes live from SF. And then on Thursday, we will have Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time run by our very own Worm, and they will be starting at 10 p.m. Eastern. And we hope to see you there. Stick around after this show because I'm super excited. This is the first time I believe that we have ever been live from GDC, so I'm really excited to see what that looks like.
Fun.
Good pattern.
Yo, yeah, hype.
Hype for sure. Yeah, more hype than this. I'm kidding, Thunder. We love you.
I mean,
He chose us as commentators. The roasting was going to come at some point.
Yeah, I was just waiting. You guys let me go for a while. I was
Yeah.
like, wait a minute. Did I get the right guys?
I mean, to be fair, the
don't
section
you
one's
worry.
cleaned up after missing that cycle. And missed cycles, decent pirate climb, and whatnot. Pirate fall is decent as well. Yo!
Nice.
Oh, you're not doing the mid-air ball!
I hate doing the mid-air morph. I hate
Oh, they're
doing
so cool, though.
that. It is
okay.
really cool.
Let's see if he gets
hang
these
on.
doubles.
Where's my second?
Yo,
jump?
bang.
Oh,
Oh.
No, oh no.
they're just
Oh,
bang.
oh,
Oh,
Let's go.
yo, there we go. That's
Fire.
a double.
Let's go.
Finally, missed. So that
Finally.
does the same as the other one, where it should
Beautiful.
take 3 missiles, but you kill it in 2 cycles.
Beam cores, they work the same way as regular cores, but only their eyes are vulnerable to missile shots.
Yeah.
But
Beautiful.
the doubles on them are basically the exact same thing. You're putting 2 missiles into a square shape.
And doing damage with both missiles, so you're skipping cycles. If you miss a double, you lose roughly 3 seconds, because that's how many invulnerability frames the cores have after you hit them.
Yeah.
But otherwise, that's bad at this stage. You want to hit as many as you can, but it's not very often you'll hit every single double in a run.
Yeah, essentially.
Because they're the easiest, really. A lot of
We're only human after all.
Yeah.
Seemingly. Hi, Scotty.
Hi, Scotty.
Hey.
Yeah,
I'll go. Clean room. That's probably the most infamous stabilizer in the run. That one's the one which, if people miss it, yeah, it's going to be this one, and it's really annoying. But that was pretty expertly done, just very expo.
Something that's also really big with Fusion is RNG.
RNG, so far, it's been pretty good, but...
Yeah.
There are a lot of rooms with bad patterns. There's the eye doors that can shoot beams, each one losing roughly 3 seconds.
Yeah, give or
And-
take 3 seconds.
And there are bosses that also can do multiple jumps or rounds, which is also annoying and RNG dependent.
Yeah, we have actually passed one of the more annoying RNG bosses. Thunder got good luck there. His first boss can roll. But upcoming, we have a boss which is also... There's like the two main bosses. There's this guy and there's another one coming like much later on in the run, which are both pretty heavy RNG points, kind of just completely neuter the pace that you're on. It's like, cool, yeah great. This guy gives me this topic gives me such a bad time. And for the most part, average luck is even very noticeable to bad luck.
Oh, very.
But no, because it's such a straightforward segment.
I wasn't no extra charge. That's not too shabby.
Yeah,
Yo, I'll take that.
it's like a decent run so far.
Yeah, I would take this actually. In my own time.
Yo.
What was it? You had a 908 charge, was
I think it
it?
was something like that. Not too shabby.
Yeah, not bad.
Right, actually.
Not bad at all. Better than me.
You really carried?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's so
Oh,
scary.
no.
You should have warned us, Thunder.
Oh, my
Goodness.
bad. I was locked in on the text.
Nightmare material right there.
Jesus.
Goodness.
Oh, don't get me started on that SAX close up.
Oh my goodness.
Is it a mouth or a
terrifying.
nose?
It's a nose.
It's
Yeah.
For the longest time, I thought it was a mouth. When I was a kid,
That
I
makes
thought
it
it was
even
a mouth.
Funky
creepier.
looking
Well,
mouth.
now you know why I had nightmares
Wide
about this
open,
thing.
gaping mouth.
Oh my gosh.
When-
That's one thing I appreciate about Dread. They show a cutscene with her. She clearly has a nose.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
When I first played Fusion, as a kid, I was 5 years old. When that first close-up of the SAX showed up after you go down the main elevator, I was so scared of it that I turned off my SP and put it down for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't blame you.
That thing was my boogeyman.
Yeah. Very scary creature. Like, that was my Michael Myers.
Wow.
Yeah, it's up there.
To be fair, it doesn't have pupils in
High
its
on the tier
eyes,
list.
So it's like,
Yeah.
looks very odd.
It looks very non-human.
Those Zoro doubles cleanly.
Yeah.
2 so far, except for giving the Zoro a kiss.
I had to give
that's the
it a
thing.
quick kiss on the way in.
By the way,
Just to
for
let
those
you
in
know
chat
your
watching,
acknowledgement.
kissing a Zoro is just running into it. Those red caterpillars hurts, so we really don't want to get hit by
brain
them.
perfect.
Yo, the frame
Yo.
perfect.
Frame perfect. Let's go. That
good jump.
That jump that Thunder just did is frame perfect.
Surprisingly.
But it's
the least
so easy,
perfect
though. It's
looking for
weird.
imperfect strike.
What do you mean it's easy?
It's so
Every
easy.
time. Every time I miss
Bro.
that jump, I feel like a wilted rose.
Oh no, dude! Oh,
man.
no, he snuck in.
I feel like a wilted rose whenever I get 3 beams on an eye door.
Yeah.
I feel like Will Rose was just
understood.
try and morph.
You made him
You
lose
did-
too much health. Look at that. He has less than. Oh no.
We'll be all set.
You did not
fine.
need to do bro like this.
I apologize to the GDQ watchers. If Thunder dies, it's Schmade's fault.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh, dang it!
Oh, didn't get the drop.
I only recently started doing that actually.
It's not a bad idea.
Well, sometimes it's on the far right,
I-
and you can get a pretty easy green drop out of it, and it's actually really nice.
I've never gone for that drop. It's just like, it's there teasing me. It's like, nope. I'm not getting it. I'm focusing on actually going through these blocks
But
properly.
you have some decent time to get it.
Jesus.
That's not bad. Hey, thanks.
What?
Oh, nice damage
good
boost
time.
there. Pushing
Yo, let's go.
right. Saving
Yeah.
the frames.
It's a pretty recent strat, actually.
Yeah.
That's a barrier.
Unlike in Super Metroid, where damage boosting is a really big strat, in Fusion there's only a few select places where you actually do damage boosts.
They are cool strats though in this game, I think.
Oh, yeah,
I like
100%.
the strats.
By the way, Thunder, I have to ask, are you going to save so that way you could do sack skip?
I already did.
Or, okay.
What do you mean? Bro has a safety save.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
We're all set. Don't you worry.
Okay, sorry. I
no,
wasn't paying
hang
attention.
on.
Hang on.
Oh,
Okay.
two games.
It's been mean to me
Fine.
recently. What's
Just-
going on with this guy? What is going on with this guy?
Okay, we're not
I have
carried all of a sudden.
I never get bad luck there, and it just
Who said that
recently.
Thunder had good RNG?
It just
Who jinxed it? Was it
always,
Schmade?
always that.
RNG.
Or now it's pretty.
look into
Now it's
that.
pretty
Never mind, it's
average because now we're at 5. So
I can vouch for Thunder because I'm usually sat in VC with him when he's doing runs. That Idor in specific is usually very kind to him, but recently it's been giving him one of the fingers in the hand.
what have I done?
Okay.
All I do is be nice.
I don't know, man.
All I do is okay. That was decent last year.
Oh,
you being
six
six
jumps
jump?
Azabi.
3-6.
Six jumps.
Big crawl.
This boss is funny.
Decent.
Each cycle, the jumps are like not fixed at all, but you have like a certain amount of fixed jumps. You get 0 in the first round, 1 in the second round, 2 in the last round. But then you can get additional to 3 jumps in the first round, up to 4 in the second round, up to 5 in the last round, so I can add up and really lose time. So
So the range is 3
lower
to
end
12,
of the middle
right?
round.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're up to 12 jumps. And I got 6, which is half of what the round is, and that's actually pretty decent. If the idol was good, it would.
Yeah, that would have actually been really good.
All right,
One of the differences.
Lock in.
Oh, hang on. Let's see.
All right.
Lock
Watch
the
out,
fuck.
chat.
Oh, come on.
It's just that easy.
Let's go.
It's just that easy.
It's just that easy, folks.
Oh,
Let's go.
There we go. That's a huge choke point in rooms. I die there also.
Yeah, same.
Same.
So, if you mess that up slightly in the
Death.
entry,
Instantly.
instant death. It's just dead. There's nothing there.
There is no backing up that trick unless you really know what you're doing and how you mess it up.
Yeah, that's the big
Yeah, you
thing.
have
How
to be
mess it up makes a
extremely
huge
aware.
difference.
Like, you have to be really aware of like, your pixels and whatnot, knowing when and how to back it up. Fortunately, entry was clean, so it was
Yeah.
Yeah.
no real issue. Got through very comfortably.
Another difference between Japanese version and English version is that in English, you can genuinely get no jumps at Zazabi.
The more you know.
Really?
I did not actually know.
I literally have the English ROM. I've never noticed that.
Well, maybe it's because you've never been carried on the English ROM, so you don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Ooh.
If I recall correctly, that's the reason why the fastest Fusion ROM hack is built off of the English version. It's because it guarantees no jump Zazabis.
Oh my goodness. That's the more you know. I can see the star flying above my head right now.
I think it's also because of out of bounds.
Oh, yeah. That is low.
And out of bounds
Yeah.
too, yeah.
And,
You cannot out of bounds in JP.
No, it's just
Yeah,
funny
because- Right, Shane? Go on.
English versions, there's like a lot more things you can do in terms of like out of bounds and whatnot. Japanese is a lot more closed off, but Japanese is a lot faster. It's out of bounds, say like maybe 5-6 seconds for a run. Versus the text losing 3 minutes. So yeah, you get but they don't. You don't lose RTA in English version, so technically, optimally, English is optimal for IGT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, memcode exists.
Oh, best music in the game. It's not even close.
True.
Not even
Sector
not
4.
even close. It's just
All right.
so good.
I
so
disagree.
I think lower 4 is better.
Okay, lower 4 is
I
good,
think-
but
I think
Let's just say
Crisis-
Sector 4 is the best for music in general.
oh yeah,
Crisis Mission exists.
Oh my gosh.
sure.
Here he goes again with
That
Crisis
player.
Mission.
no.
Flash is a
This
Honda
is a
player.
hill that Dark Spy will die alone
I think he
on.
forgot like the part where
I
he's
don't
played
care.
Hondo before. I don't know if he's like remembering that right. Where you heard it for 20 minutes on loop.
Yeah. Chat, if you are unfamiliar, Crisis Mission is the mission that you play it like 3 times, once during Nightmare, once during Sector 3, and once if you're at the end game after Sector 1. And if you're doing cleanup, most of the cleanup occurs during that time type of the during that time in the run. So that's 20 minutes where you are literally listening to the same track. It's not bad,
Bliss.
but it can
Bliss.
be over. You know, it's like top 40 pop music. You hear it too much, you know?
Nah.
He said, nah.
Nah.
Oh, hang on, lock in.
Lock in. All right,
Lock
here
in.
we
Give it to
go.
me.
Another.
Yo,
Let's see.
three beams as a zombie. We get
Beams
carried in
second time?
speed as per usual.
Let's go.
For the
Okay.
record, he has 5 beams total to Saris.
I'd rather not talk about this boss.
Oh, this is your guy.
I think- I think we
guys
all
are
hate
tight,
Saris.
No,
right?
that is not my guy. That guy is where most of my runs die because I'm terrible at it.
Got a good pattern though. So yeah, this guy sucks. We hate Saris. This guy is so bad.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah, the diagonal
Fire.
switch
Fire.
myself.
Look at that.
Okay,
I might have been a good
lock
segment.
in. Lock
Alright.
We're going
in.
left.
Whenever we say lock in,
We are going left.
oh, Thunder is going left, chat. Watch this.
We are going left. What are we doing? Hang on a sec. Huh? What is this? Come on.
I'm doing Phantoms.
I'm doing Phantoms.
Oh,
No.
oh, runs dead.
Hang tight.
Hang on. Come on. Give it to me.
All right,
Yo, second time.
Bang. Let's go.
Sometimes it gives me when I'm doing that, it gives me an up press that doesn't actually show up on my input viewer, and it makes me
Yeah.
brick spin, and you cannot brick spin while you do that. It's very precise in that regard. But that's a very high level tech to do underwater wall jumps.
Yeah, that strat should be saving about 4 seconds, but because it's second tried, he's now probably losing 4 seconds. Oh, the skipping the top.
Oh,
I can't
ledge
do reverse,
skip,
but I
hang
get the
on.
ledge skip. Yeah.
That room was
yeah,
disgusting.
fire.
That room was really good.
All right, let's see if we can hit the low height coming out of pump control.
I was doing it pretty
Oh yeah,
decent
of
earlier.
course. Lock in.
All right, another lock in. It's not too hard of a trick, but it does
It's
take
tight.
practice. All
Yeah, it's kind of tight.
right,
Hang on, lock in.
and
Yo,
Hey, just that easy, folks.
and
Well, that's gonna
everything
make
else is being good
my
except for
reverse
us.
Saris feel a lot better.
Yeah, yeah, it can still get fucked.
We're cooking.
yeah, love it.
Oh, good pattern. Nice.
All right. If reverse Saris went all right, this would have been a good segment.
Yeah,
Or could it?
That's usually how it goes. That's the fun of being in the
Man.
top 3. You have to do that.
Yeah.
So scrubs like me, Flash, and Schmade, we go to the
Whoa,
right
whoa, whoa,
after
whoa.
Saris.
Yeah, we go to the right after Saris.
I
Yeah.
can do reverse Saris. I just choose not to because I get too nervous.
Yeah, wait till you're on
not
that.
to.
Wait till you're on that 20 OX pace, and you're like, "Yep,
Oh,
don't do this wrong. Don't do it wrong."
oh, I ain't got that yet.
Did you see my speed time, Schmade?
No, I didn't.
Oh, yeah, I did not.
I believe it
would
was
have
a
been
20
quicker, though.
OX. I think
Yeah,
it might have
okay.
been.
All right.
I'd be surprised.
20 OX.
If you want, I could say it when it happens. All right,
What?
I could be like, "This is where you're at."
No, I'm just curious because that's
supers.
your speed time is a good gauge of like how your early game went. Because now we're kind of getting past.
If I was to guess, it'd be like 20-25 area.
Oh, that's not bad.
Because looks been alright, but also played
Just lie to
quite
him.
well.
Say it's an OX.
Yeah, really.
Make him feel
Yeah,
better.
zero beam, good Saris pattern.
Yeah, that was a good Saris pattern.
2x segment.
That I'm surprised I didn't get any troll patterns actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got 2 slow patterns, but they're reliable
Yes,
patterns.
they're
when you
easy.
use the zigzag, but yeah.
A bit of nuance with reverse Saris that most people don't either realize or understand is that you're not just doing underwater wall jumps, because once you get to the top of the water, you actually need to speed up your wall jumps to actually break out of the water.
Yeah, you have to double up on your speed. So it makes it weird because if you try to do the actual wall jumps really fast, you still have to go faster than that to actually get out. So sometimes it gets really awkward.
Yeah, that's the main reason. Like, you have to keep the rhythm going, but then breaking out of the top is like art, which is actually hard. The underwater wall jumps aren't too bad, really.
Yeah, they're not too bad.
The breaking out is like actually tough. That's the part that you probably see get drops the most, because that speed up is kind of tough. You have to like basically be rising
Yeah.
as you're trying to speed up still the whole time.
The speed up
jump.
is
Yo, Konica.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You gonna go for Shine Break?
Of course.
No,
All right, let's see
duh.
it.
I would kill bro if you didn't.
Oh,
Man.
Almost.
I'll keep
That was a close one. That was a close one, actually, though.
you went far off, yeah.
The speed up on Reverse Ceres is actually the reason why I don't bother with it, because the underwater wall jumps themselves aren't too bad to do.
Oh, they are for me.
Right,
I'm bad at it.
Yo.
I mean, I'm not great at them, but I can't do them.
Watch out for these hoppers. Okay.
All right, we got a good pattern. We're all set. Nice.
Okay.
Those guys hit really hard, too.
Yeah, those guys hit really hard and can make this next boss coming up very, very awkward.
Yeah. If you've noticed Thunder jumping through a few doors, there's a reason behind that. It's called door fixing. The way it works is some doors have really long transitions between rooms, and jumping through them makes it so that the transition lasts less time, which is optimal for RTA, but worse for IGT.
Yeah.
And thankfully,
that a
since
bit more
RTA is
after this.
primary. Oh, hold on. Wait.
Hang on, quick kill box.
Quick
Let's
kill
go.
box.
Hang on.
Oh,
Sick shot.
yeah.
Can't
the back up.
No. Up.
Up.
I love
The
it.
backup. Love to see it.
Oh, and the health drop.
Oh, yeah, I
Yes.
actually needed that.
Oh, fire.
World's largest
Actually, that's good
Hotfix.
because I think the Blue X does 72, is it?
69.
Nah, it's 69 damage.
69.
69?
Nice.
Nice.
We are all
man.
children.
We are all children in this.
And he did. Also, he just got the hardest strat in the game.
Yeah, not the hardest.
let's skip.
That's one up there.
It's definitely up there.
Yeah,
It's
The let's
skip.
skip. 10 frames.
You said
say-
like 10 frames?
Yeah.
10 frames, and you also don't lose anything for not going for it. Or for going
Yeah.
for it, I should say.
Yeah, if you don't get it, it's like
if
whatever.
you miss it.
Worth doing.
But the tiniest.
Hey, I'm trying to bully
so
Schmade and
sick.
start doing it. Soon,
told me,
TM.
oh, but Visual Q, but you don't show me it.
You've been working like crazy. I haven't talked to you since like
true.
yesterday.
You had the opportunity yesterday, then.
I was doing a run for this. You know this.
Sure.
Come on.
All right, we've got a shady person here. Don't know what
Who is this?
talking about because we don't read Japanese.
Is that Anthony Higgs?
Silhouette.
I would love for it to be Anthony Higgs, but then wouldn't that make Anthony bad?
Yeah.
Shout out to Metroid Other M.
No. Doesn't exist.
Someone in the GDQ chat has to be a fan of Other M. You can't just out them like that, Dark Spy.
No.
Okay.
There is no other M. There is no war in Ba Sing Se.
That is so true.
Wilted Rose.
For
Rage
context,
says-
I am a notorious other M hater in the Fusion community.
I'm like neutral on it. I don't really care for it.
Don't worry, the game I despise is the first Metroid, so
Yeah, that
we
is-
all have
that-
a Metroid we're
no,
a
you
fan
did-
of.
You despise hunters.
Oh yeah, you're right. I
That's just-
forgot about Hunters. I put that in a dark part of my mind, hoping it never resurfaced, and thanks to you, it's back.
I'm not getting into this. Actually, just annoys me.
Yeah.
I love Hunters. The game's awesome.
All right, so,
Okay, so yeah.
oh, go on, don't you go on, Dark. You're good with this.
Sector 6 is, in my opinion, one of the cooler sectors in Fusion. I like the dark ambiance. I like how you're told to go get Various suit in this sector, and surprise, surprise, there's X-parasites that can freeze you.
That's a really low pattern.
I knew it was gonna do it to me. I knew
Yeah,
it.
that was a
Wait,
really low pattern.
So is that why it's called cooler? Because there's ice parasites and they freeze you because they're cool? Is that why?
Bang.
No,
Yo,
Flash.
man.
I'm not. Oh my god. Why do you do this to me, my guy?
Oh, you deserve.
All right, we will not be doing this sack skip, by the way. There is a morph skip you can do here as well, but it is far harder than the first one I did. But it's the same principle. Any mistake, dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same principle. Also, the time save potential is much shorter. Other
Yes.
one is 6 seconds. This one's 2.
By the way, that power bomb only does 20 damage. Power bombs being overpowered is a lie.
Samus has a power suit. That's why it does barely any damage.
Okay, but caterpillars do more?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yes.
Okay.
They got those like spiky things on them, you know?
Yeah, see? This guy gets it.
Got it.
Oh. Screw that one menu.
Yo.
All right, good luck again. Let's go.
Yeah. By the way,
Let's go.
Thunder, 5 beams still. You are
We're fine
5
with
beams
that.
total up until this point.
We are okay with
All
this.
good. We will get to Yakuza.
Yeah. He knows. He knows.
All right, so this boss has a lot of names. It's there's Mega Core, Barrier Core, Beach Ball. You can call it basically whatever, and you are correct.
I called it.
I call it Mega Core. But there you go.
What our stupid boss.
The ship.
Yeah, this boss kind of sucks. I cannot lie. It's
it's
so hard to get to like a point of like, okay, I'm confidently doing it pretty optimal every time because the way you release your
Also-
charge shots sometimes makes it move weird and it'll just throw you off every time. No matter how much you practice it, every run is its own iteration of it, essentially.
By the way, that was a 30:03.
Oh, we're very okay.
Oh, decent.
It was so
Yeah.
dirty, so
You're behind my PB though, so it's not that good.
we'll see about that.
Here we go.
Oh, hang on. Schmade giving Thunder heat?
Oh, so that was due.
Yeah.
We'll see if that's still true after grab.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to worry about her.
Who's grab
Yeah, so
again?
will do me a favor.
Sector 6
don't-
exit
not some
in this
people.
run is infamous for having a lot of rooms with really ungood patterns.
That one
Yeah.
was kind of almost
Yeah.
Kind of mid.
It's pretty much RNG every single exit, so you have to kind of account for a lot of different patterns. The more you play the game, the more experience you get in dealing with each pattern. And there's a lot of them. There's a lot of damage boost strats in 6 exit that kind of help out a little bit, but more often than not, getting like a very good exit out of this sector is like not going to happen. Like clean, optimal the whole way through. You'll get one room that's just stupid for no reason. It's like, oh, well, that goes 2 seconds
constantly. It's just constantly.
every time.
We cannot escape from this.
Yeah, fortunately, we're done with Sector 6 for a while.
Yeah, the next time I come here,
revisiting this
it's
one for a
scary. Potentially scary. Potentially scary.
Yeah, chilly. Yeah, this is why we picked up Baria because we're going. Baria, sorry.
Yeah, you gotta say it right.
Baria.
The Bariasu.
Did you know it's actually a mistranslation for the word barrier?
I was gonna say that.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that well-known fact.
Today I learned.
I like the way you worded that.
Sector 5 is. Oh, you go here 3 times, so each time I really like it.
No, it's not cool
I
movement.
think it's my favorite segment. Oh, sector.
Sector 5 is my least favorite, and I think it's just because we see it so often.
The movement's awesome, and then the boss fight the third time is awesome.
That is actually just true.
There's a boss fight in the 3rd visit? Hang on a sec.
Spoiling
He's been doing the
this, man.
skip. Wait a minute. Huh?
Yeah, I've been doing the skip. You guys haven't?
What?
Whoa.
Skip.
Well, you know the skip.
Dude,
Grab
April
skip.
Fool's is not for 2 weeks. You're way ahead of schedule.
Oh, am I really? Hang on.
Oh,
Playing
my gosh.
English and
Oh,
skipping
man.
through lower 4.
Just like the time skip, you're 2 weeks ahead.
Oh, bad pattern again.
I love that pattern.
All right, hang on. Let's see.
No scam. Fingers crossed.
No scams,
Here we
Prage.
go. Oh yes, let's go.
Yo, easy.
Yeah, let's go. Easy. Just that easy, folks.
Yeah, that waiver and blue X can overlap in a way that's really awkward. That'll just completely shoot your speed boost off.
Yeah.
And doing that, those are speed blocks. So you need speed. And if you get hit, you go all the way back and it's like, yep, that's 10 seconds.
Yep.
Thanks
Easy
for that.
10-second loss.
You just have
it's
to
just
completely
10
do it
seconds,
again.
alright.
It actually is horrible.
But yeah, thanks for
The
that.
first time,
Yeah, reverse ice.
I had a chance of bopping Schmade, that happened to me, and I was behind him by like a
Awesome.
second or two. And I was like, if I didn't get that, I would have had you.
Yeah. Yeah, reverse ice, look good.
About that.
About that one.
Correlax, reverse ice.
Oh.
Hi, Scotty.
Hi, Scotty.
Hi, Scotty. Hi, how you doing, Scotty?
Vicious.
Hi, Vicious.
I was just.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
right,
Vicious did knock that out. Vicious, if you're watching, hi.
Yeah, it just randomly comes back after like months of not playing, does reverse ice in the first rush he does. Well, okay then.
Fire. I keep messing up.
All right, Cutie. I think we're good for another announcement.
Yeah, 100%. This is pretty slow here for a sec.
Yeah, I see a couple of people in chat doing !mark schedule, which gives you our GDQ Hotfix schedule, but you can also go to gamesdonequick.com/hotfix to check out the season schedule and check out the schedule and an in-depth look specifically at each week by week. Now, we did recently have a couple of new shows join us, so definitely go there, check it out, see what we have on the menu. And you can also join the official GDQ Discord and add the Hotfix role, which will let you keep tabs on upcoming events, talk with staff, and more. So you can use !mark Discord and Twitch chat, and I will throw that in there right now.
I think that Ice Missiles was looking like a 34-42. Looks like probably like a sub 4-4, except Ice Missiles isn't actually too bad considering.
I was gonna say, I didn't get the best patterns.
Yeah, 5 is a little bit shaky, so.
Thing that for people that don't run this game, it's like worth noting is it's very everything you do is from an optimization standpoint is like you're saving like once you get to a certain point in the game, you're really not saving seconds anymore. It's just frames everywhere.
Yeah.
And it really becomes a giant execution test.
Double yellows.
Oh, my beloved.
Too high.
Recent optimization.
Yeah.
Fun fact about the previous room.
Put those dogs in chat. We have an emergency in Franker's E.
True.
They know the assignment.
Time.
All right.
Chat, you know the assignment.
Hold on. Yes, this is the dog. I'll spam it for you, chat. All right. Repeat after me. Do that.
Emergency in Franker's Z. It don't even rhyme.
You are so wrong for this.
He did not just say that.
What's a Z?
What's the Z?
It's dead.
Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z.
There are lifts, not elevators.
All right, so we have 6 minutes to go into Sector 3 and basically prevent the station from blowing up.
Blows up.
What? Yeah.
I don't. No one's ever seen that because 6 minutes is an absurd amount of time.
When I was a kid,
I
I
actually let it go once,
Yeah.
and it's kind of funny. It's just like you just see the station from a distance, and it's just a super missile explosion.
Yeah.
That's all
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
It's really
That's all it is.
Then it just disappears.
Now, Schmade, it's funny you should say that because my first playthrough of Fusion, I actually did time out the stupid emergency timer.
Wow,
I
you're
bet you I know what
bad.
Dark Spy did.
What? What did I do?
You went to the lava pool at the top where there's the speed boost blocks for cleanup.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. I was like, I didn't go into this part of the map, so I'm gonna go there.
Yep.
And then I realized I wasn't supposed to be there, and I went to Nova Stairs.
Oh no.
5 or 6.
Oh, you went to every other option except the right one.
Yes.
Yeah. Yo, another DB strap.
Love that deep.
I love that
By the
debuff.
way,
It's so cool.
Thunder. Yeah, whenever Thunder gets hit, he'll have iframes, so when he takes the damage from these novas, he can run through the other nova without worrying about killing it. So,
Aaron?
Okay.
I would joke.
Oh.
Hardest double in the game. Here we go.
Lock in.
Okay.
all right, nice.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay. That's actually a really good emergency time.
So 430
good time,
on
what
the
the heck?
grab, and I think that's what a 437 on the
Being 8? Yeah. Mid 38.
yeah 438.
Decent.
Not
That was a
bad.
very good. That was a very good emergency, actually.
But I did say you're gonna go with something random. It could have been that.
When I retime this.
Oh,
dude.
no, you didn't.
dude.
No, no, dude.
That was the one. I actually got the double sweet spot.
Yeah. Okay, so
We did say it would be one.
coming up, unfortunately, and I say this with a heavy heart, we are going to save the animals.
Put him in the air fryer.
Yeah.
Monkey was right.
Yeah.
Monkey was right back at GDQ.
This part of the game is basically just a filler episode.
Yeah. Very much.
Basically. Yeah.
Shout out to
Yo,
Naruto or
right, that
Dragon
was
Ball
awesome.
or any shonen anime fans.
If Metroid Fusion was like a TV show or an anime, this segment would be the entirety of Naruto Shippuden, and I will die on this hill.
It's rude.
As a diehard Naruto fan, I actually find that very funny.
I don't watch anime, so I have no idea how that correlates.
Fun fact, Flash: every time I rewatch Naruto, I skip Shippuden.
Wow.
Wow.
I do not
okay.
care for Shippuden.
I just watch the fights, the ones that aren't 30 episodes long.
Yeah. The fights are good. The rest of it is, eh.
Yeah.
Did you catch
Speaking
the wide
of,
time, Shmade?
38 1x. I didn't catch it exactly, but
Oh, that's fine.
38 1x is not bad.
Satisfactory.
pretty good.
All right, so Thunder, this part of the run, I'd like to say, yeah, it's a filler episode, right? But wouldn't you also say that escape out of lower 3 is one of the bigger skill checks of the run?
Yeah, it's like not that easy actually. There's a lot of patterns that you didn't really see me get hit by because I actually got good ones. But yeah, that climb I did with all of the things that were extending away from the wall, we call them stretchies. I don't know what their actual name is. Flash knows that.
Nahees.
I can look them up.
no,
I got
those
a
ones. Those
Google
are
doc
Namahes.
right here.
Namahes.
But yeah, those things do a lot of damage, and that room itself is just not the easiest thing to do. Optimally, that is.
Yeah, I've room grinded that room to hell.
Shmade has also died in there on so if you do any percent hard, those things can borderline one tap you, and kind of scared.
Yikes.
Schmade,
They do like
riddle me
something.
this, Schmade. Which room haven't you room grinded?
Whenever you're
I'll
running
get
to the
back to
left
you.
out of the ship, right? You didn't do that one.
I'll get back to you on that.
I need to room grind that actually. Hang on a sec.
What kind of time we looking at here? Where can I save a frame?
Oh, no,
Yeah.
357.
Nice slip there. We all saw that, by the way.
What?
I didn't see anything, huh? Hang on. Thunder, are we doing impossible, yeah?
I haven't done that in like a year.
Stinky.
There are multiple ways to handle this room. Let's see how Thunder goes for it. Ooh, the double. Yes, love it.
Yeah, the double shot extend.
It's very comfy.
is
Very comfy.
It is very comfy. There is a strat you can do in which
awesome.
you do a very quick wall jump into freezing the Namahe, but that is
in it.
oh, it is a food.
All right, don't run past the door.
Yo, here they are.
Oh, buddy,
This is why we don't
boy,
save these
buddy,
creatures.
boy, what are you doing?
Here we go.
Buddy. All right, context why we're freaking
animals.
out. That is an RNG point, and it's really annoying.
Yeah.
That's why we would
That's
skip it if we could.
went the west, but
No,
this
but
one-
he did really run past the door right when I opened it.
Thunder, for reference, by the way, the animals run away from you right after 42. So,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay.
I don't know what that means in reference to my splits because I don't have an animal split.
It's all good.
I don't know what animals
People don't
piss
split
off.
properly.
What? Animals aren't a major upgrade. Why would you split animals?
I mean, look at SM runners. They split at elevators all the time.
Fire.
Fusion's got like a billion major upgrades. It makes enough splits.
That's true.
Just about splitting its security doors with Soulfire. Can't wait to get 38 gold ice missiles.
I'm gonna get a 38-second gold at bombs.
Real.
Yeah.
All right, so while Thunder's about to enter this elevator here, Thunder, would you like this category or 100% more?
You know the answer to that. I hate 100%. I hate.
You hate 100%?
And I only do it because I feel like I have to sometimes. My time's all right.
I would so good.
No, any percent is way more enjoyable. It's not quite as trick heavy. I mean, when you play 100% right, it looks beautiful. I will put that out there right now. But
100%.
it is hard. It is really hard. At the very end of Hundo, you just have to run around the sectors and pick up what you didn't get on the way up until you beat Ridley. And there's no text, no stoppages. It is just pure execution from killing Ridley until the end, and it is rough.
Yeah.
You do want a good you do want a good Hundo run to actually watch back and reference. Monkey has one from last GDQ actually.
That is
Yeah,
true.
his cleanup in
very
that
true.
was really good.
Yeah.
So if you want a really good reference for like good cleanup, then yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Give that a watch back. Definitely worth watching as well.
Yeah, that is a very good run.
I'm gonna say something that may make Flash angry.
It's okay. Go ahead. I've been roasting you guys all day. That's fine.
I would rather run map completion than Hundo.
Oh no.
Mappo, my beloved.
Yeah. I would rather run reverse boss order than Hundo.
Wow. That is wow. That did hurt my feelings. I wasn't expecting. I thought you were gonna hit me for my K-pop enjoying, but no, you hit me even harder.
I can hit you with something I also enjoy.
Thank you. See, this is why Dark Spy is my favorite.
Most banned. You should throw in the context. Most banned in your channel.
That's lovely. He's my favorite.
All right. By the way, Thunder's at a spot right now. This is a spot where, for a beginner, and it's understandable, it can be really tough unless you power bomb, which you don't really want to do. Although I believe you can also bomb the escape blocks too. Is that true?
Yeah, you
I've never done it, but I guess you
caught.
can.
It's a backup. So yeah, that is a sex encounter.
That was you didn't really see anything, but yeah.
You saw one ice beam shot. That's the only hint you get, and the sound, I guess. But no,
Ran away.
it's the power bomb. You just run. Like, okay. That was
was good
supposed to be a scary moment. Not really.
The SAX with that ice beam is like she's holding a machine gun.
Yeah.
It does shoot.
Yo, pick up
It
power
will
bombs
shoot
again.
really
Flash
fast.
reference.
Can you imagine if she could charge that beam?
Oh, Jesus,
right.
No.
Insta kill?
Yo, it's Nightmare again. Hell yeah.
Hi, Nightmare.
Fun fact
Hi,
about this
Nightmare.
Nightmare.
See you later, buddy.
Once you've got ice missiles and you leave this room, Nightmare only passes the background twice. However, once you got power bombs and you pass through that room, it's continuous. Why? I don't know.
For some reason.
I discovered that like last year, and apparently it's not a known thing.
I did not know that either.
Yeah, that was a really interesting stat, actually.
It was very funny. Schmade was streaming, and he just noticed
I
that.
just noticed it. I'm like, what? Wait, hang on a sec.
Weren't
I
you,
thought
like,
Nightmare just
AFK or
keeps going
something?
past the screen. Yeah, I was AFK
Yeah.
after getting ice missiles, and I just sat in that room. I noticed Nightmare had stopped, and I was like, wait, hang on a second. I thought this was continuous. What the hell? Where's Nightmare? So I checked out the power bombs, and sure enough, it keeps going.
Okay, so coming up, we have what is probably
My favorite part of the game.
the biggest RNG check, actually.
Wow. Yeah.
That, I mean, yes. I wait, my magnum opus, lock in. No rubs.
Fire.
No rubs.
No rubs.
Don't spit on me, don't spit on me, don't spit on me,
Oh.
don't spit on me. Thanks.
Yo, let's go.
Those things do a lot of damage.
So, in the room with Frozen Ridley, if you wait until the powerbomb explosion stops to start running towards the Frozen Ridley statue as it collapses, you actually don't rub against it before falling in the hole.
Yeah.
That was the lowest
some
power bomb I
frames.
think
Alright,
I've
lock
ever
in.
seen there.
RP jump forever.
Yeah, Pedro?
No,
JRP.
beyond?
Hey.
Let's go.
Yeah, that works. Yeah. Shout out to JRP.
If you are not
Saved as
JRP
well.
jumping, your run is invalid.
Yeah.
And lining up.
We haven't made that
saved
illegal
and they
rule
didn't
yet, but we're
crash.
trying to get the fusion mods on SRC to cooperate. They will not budge.
Yeah.
That was funny. Only it saved and didn't realize I just
No, I
sat on that
did.
text box. Oh, he was just sat on that text box for ages.
It's a good idea, honestly.
That's
Have
really
another
funny.
safety save there. Yeah.
Why not? Like hardly any
It's like
time
our
left,
next
like
major
it
point of
feels.
downtime. I guess here until Yakuza, maybe.
By the way, Thunder, just wanted to remind you, and I know this is probably going to jinx it, you have 5 beams. Let's see
Oh,
how many you
yeah,
get.
we're doing pretty
Soon to be
good.
8.
We're doing pretty good.
Why are you jinxing bro like this?
Because I am a bringer of
Great
chaos.
friend. What a great guy.
Yeah, great friend.
Soon to
I
be
mean,
8 games.
I say this as if I don't wish 4 4s
That's a hard DB.
on Yakuza on him every single day.
Yeah.
Hands up.
It's funny, that's why.
Very funny. By the way, Thunder, you just grabbed 50 missiles. The common agreed number is 45, but you, me, and a few others, we grabbed 50.
You'll see why.
Yeah.
And I'm saving it.
You'll
I'm
see
saving
why.
it up. It's my Kamehameha for later.
Ah, there you go.
Lock in.
Yeah, I'll lock in.
Thanks, bro.
Oh, yeah, all right, sure.
Wow. This is going to go down in history as his best RNG.
Nah, that's
so yeah.
impossible.
This is Yakuza. Hang on, let's see.
Yeah, 'cause
Oh, we got stuck.
We are eligible for a 5 round.
Okay,
That's
All right,
3,
Okay.
Why?
4.
It's a
You're
4-round.
having-
Yep.
I keep. It's just keeps
You've
getting
had
stuck.
issues.
Oh, we're good.
Okay,
Oh,
we're
Okay,
good.
God.
good. All right, 4-round. that was scary. Oh, nice double.
Go double.
If you, nice double.
Oh, there we go. Okay, that was a really good second phase.
Beautiful.
That was a really good
second
second
phase.
Phase 2. Yeah. If you do this boss well enough, it can give you anywhere between 1 and 4 rounds, or 5 if you go for a quick 1 round and mess it up.
Which is what Thunder did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I very much did
Mashing
that.
was, like,
The
kinda
way I mash is very awkward, so
troublesome.
sometimes I get my fingers stuck on the D-pad.
So Flash touched on something which is interesting, which is the loadout. In Metroid Fusion, there are 2 agreed upon ways to run the game in terms of loadout: 45 missiles or 50.
Or 40 if you want to lose time.
40. Yeah,
or
Some
40.
People do 40.
Some people do 40. We do not talk about that. Obviously, doing 45, you skip a missile expansion, which saves around 4 to 5 seconds, depending on which one you skip. However, you have
Muscle
less
memory.
ammo. You have less ammo for certain bits of the game. There are less red X's that you can skip at eye doors comfortably, and it also makes the Notori fight a bit more nuanced. Unlike
Yeah.
what Thunder is about to do, which is basically charge beam, power bomb, and then give it
go ham.
the Kamehameha with missiles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give it the beans.
No context, you
Pretty
can't
much.
just outright spam, though, unfortunately. You actually have to time them, which
Yeah.
makes it a little
Yes.
funky sometimes.
That is true.
Like we always recommend people just run 50 missiles until unless they feel confident with optimizing this boss to like really high extent, which is essentially what I've done. Otherwise, chances are consistently you won't be saving as much time as skipping the missile will save. Yeah, there we go.
Fun fact, Thunder and I figured out that the optimal mash for the Notori missiles is the beats per minute for Mark Ronson's Uptown Funk ×2.
Yep.
Okay.
We figured that out.
Nice. All right.
Yeah,
Awesome. Oh, decent fight.
good fight, good
That's a
beautiful
really good
sweet
fight,
spot.
yeah.
That's a good
Yeah.
one.
Sweet spot
Oh, what
with
about
the
segment
That's
for me?
lovely.
Damage
What about
list
segment for
too.
me? That's really
We haven't actually talked about sweet spots at all. But yeah, that's why you see me manipping the core at very specific spots during a lot of these fights. I'm trying to get it to where the spot where it lets you pick it up.
Oh,
By the way, that was a 5201 plasma.
Oh, we're cooking.
that's not too bad.
I mean, I am being
Not too bad.
carried, but I say
Yeah,
that. I
'cause
say
it
that.
probably
We've had
lost, like,
two. We've
10
had two in the
seconds.
last few minutes here.
Yeah.
Mid-game was
probably
really
lost a lot of
good.
time.
Yeah, that's fine.
Even
though.
with
That's
how
it
good the
always
second
goes.
phase was.
Even if I would have played it perfectly fine, if I would have gotten like a 4-round or something, still would have lost like 15, 20 seconds. It's just how it goes. That is my run killer.
Oh yeah. All right, coming up. For those of you who cannot read Japanese, neither can I. I just know the story of the game. Adam is telling us that there's been trouble in Sector 5. What exactly? He doesn't know yet.
The data ring blows up. That's all we know. And something called the Nightmare, which we've mentioned a few times.
Yeah.
Because
guy.
if you don't have ice missiles,
Okay.
if you do have ice missiles, you aim twice.
Since I have you guys here, I have a bit of headcanon I want to share with y'all.
Here it comes. We've all heard this.
So Nightmare just randomly goes berserk. My headcanon is that Adam released Nightmare under orders of the Galactic Federation, since we learn later in the game that the GF was trying to keep Samus weak.
That would make sense.
I guess.
I never thought about it that way, actually.
Kill Samus, you know? It seems like that. Hey, listen, Darkspy's got interesting theories, but at the end of the day, that's just the.
That's
I'm not
the-
gonna go there.
Biggest, this is the biggest spark in the game, very comfortably.
Yeah.
You just go across all these rooms for free. Very fast. I think that's right.
Best thing a speedrunner can ask for.
Nice
Go through
Rex.
rooms quickly.
Red X seems in this segment are probably the most pointless because this is probably the most consistent damage to the segment.
Yeah, that's actually true.
Yeah.
Or if not damageless, like max resource at very easy. And all these enemies just give so much resource and whatnot. Which also that's the thing about this game, which is really nice. Resource management is actually kind of easy because every single enemy in the whole game drops a resource.
Yep.
The farming is just extremely easy. If you got full health, you can guarantee it.
Yeah.
Guarantee if you're being low on missiles,
Exactly.
you're low. And that's like one of the big nice things about this game to other Metroid games.
Nice.
Oh, what the heck? Is the drop system.
I should have grabbed the ledge just to spite Flash.
No, what do you mean? I'm still not going to do it.
Left. All right.
Won't do
Oh,
it.
Flash.
Nightmare time. This boss is awesome. I love this boss. There's a couple of things with it. So, the way Thunder's going to do the opener here.
Yep.
There we go. Nice and clean. This dictates how Nightmare moves as he's going to fly around in this part of the game after you just pellet his face with a billion or however many. So, ideally,
what a drop.
Oh, not quite.
Good enough.
Okay.
Okay. Good enough.
Good enough. Bit of a slightly rocky time with it, but that's fine.
Nice
It's in
JBJ.
horizontal sweet spot, actually.
Just for fun.
Yeah.
Double.
Oh, let's go. Clean.
Clean.
Love it.
So yeah, the way you kill the first phase determines how Nightmare moves in the second phase. We want him to drop to the floor so you can just hit extra missiles in his face just before he starts flying around. You can actually kill him down there if you get enough missiles in the start.
Yeah.
However, there's a weird nuance with that. If you enter the room facing the wrong way, so if you enter the room facing left or holding left, you can actually randomize that. You can make it a 50-50 on if you get the right pattern or not, which it might as well just be full randomization. So, but why I don't know. But if you enter that room facing left, you can get some really jank pattern, which will make killing that really awkward.
Yeah. For
Also,
sure.
don't go into Nightmare Room facing left.
Yeah, at all.
Don't
Never do it.
Yeah,
Don't do it.
Just
Yeah, when
don't
Schmade
do it.
says those patterns are dank, he means it.
Yeah, they're really weird. just as soon as you touch the crumble blocks, just hold it.
Yeah. Okay, lower 4. Awesome music.
Yeah, also awesome music.
Yeah.
Second best.
Not really much else to say about lower 4, really. We might as well go into announcements if there's any.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is a
that's true.
Yeah, I've had keeping myself on mute because you guys are killing me. But if for those of you out there, if you're interested in supporting GDQ Hotfix, you can check out our 2024 Season 4 shirt at the Yeti, yetee.com/GDQ. I've showed it off on stream a couple of times. It's amazing. It has the logos of all of our Season 4 shows, including Perilous Paths. So if you want to, give us a little bit of support and have an amazing piece of swag to wear at home and show your friends and family, go ahead and check that out.
I actually bought it off the Yeti recently. Silver coat Ethel shirt off the Yeti. It's so good. It's my favorite purchase. I can't lie.
I think I got a shirt from the Yeti, a Genova shirt, Final Fantasy VII, because I love Genova from Final Fantasy VII. So, yeah, can attest.
Yeah.
This segment is a bit of a quality of movement check because
Beautiful.
this segment is all about your movement. There's barely any RNG here.
There's like little instances of it here and there, but they're not like substantial.
In general, most deviation in the segment times will be either from those small RNG points or from your own movement.
Yeah, essentially, because some of the rooms can be kind of tricky for whatever reason. Like, there's a couple of optimizations in some rooms. For some reason, there's a frame perfect spring ball.
Oh yeah, I was hoping
it's very similar, very similar to the jump in Sector 2 just before the data room. But yeah, it's
That one's
not
harder.
an easy segment because navigating the rooms around the enemies can be kind of difficult because of the slight pattern deviations. Not huge, but you can end up just bleeding 2 or 3 seconds just from not being able to deal with some enemy patterns too well. Like, the first room entering lower 4, like the first actual underwater room entering lower 4, you've got 2 fish, and they can just be in the way for no reason. And then you got like the Aver, which Thunder tried free, which can go the other way, make it a little bit slower.
Yeah.
You got the snails shooting their stuff, they can just block you off as you're going through the morph tunnel. Things like that can just add up to like 2-3 seconds, and it's like, oh, okay. But it's one of those segments where it's like, you should realistically be consistently like hitting a very specific, very certain time frame for the segment every time, and as you get better, it'll never really get worse, except for one trick, Kego Space Boost. But then again, you shouldn't really miss Kego Space Boost.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
No.
As Thunder's doing here with space boosting.
Love the space boost with the R shot.
Quite a lot of opportunities to do this.
Get away from me.
Especially in cleanup too.
I don't like
If
that
you were
pattern. It
gonna
keeps giving me that. I get all scared whenever I see that.
All right, Chad. So you remember the security robot that Thunder fought in Sector 3? Well,
It's bigger
bad
and
news.
badder.
Yes.
Its brain is actually part organic, and we exposed it by kicking its ass in Sector 3. So
Yeah. Cracked its skull
Bad
open, and it's
news.
like,
I gave him a run for his money, and he ran away.
the X got to it, and now it's on a rampage.
now we're gonna go
Wait.
find it and kill it.
It turned from box to an actual gaming console.
Xbox.
360.
Yeah.
But aimed to Bill Gates' reign of terror.
Oh no, dude.
Here we go.
Okay, let's see.
Time to lock
Let's see.
in.
Let's lock in.
Here it comes.
Let's get the opener.
Yo,
Beautiful.
okay,
Solid.
decent enough.
Nice
3
quick-
missiles on that diagonal.
And
That
good
was
kill.
good.
All right,
Locked
all
it.
right.
Okay,
Lock in. Come
lock
on.
in. Let's see.
Oh, no spin
Oh.
shot. Hang on. No spin shot. Come on.
Come on, give it to me.
Ah.
Good fight though. Good fight.
Really good sweet
Yeah,
spot.
very
Wow.
good fight.
No,
So the
double.
That's
person in chat
unfortunate.
who
Good
asked
spot.
for doubles, Thunder was trying to do
They're
them
very
here.
hard.
Yeah.
The spin shot at the
those are
bottom
very
is
hard.
frame perfect, and because of how small the arena is, you have to do a spin shot, which makes the missile come out from your feet, basically, in order to actually hit a double there. It's very precise.
And we have been talking about, like, we've been joking every now and then about hardest strats in the run. Hardest strat.
That is by
that
far
one
up
is
there.
the hardest strat in the run.
That's top 3. Yeah.
Comfortably top 3.
In any percent, that is probably the hardest strat in the run.
Because you also take a
Yeah.
lot of damage for getting hit by the wave beam, which you have to do by nature of how you
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, Thunder
Yeah.
was essentially full health in that fight and ended up, if he got hit by the wave shot when fighting the core on the last shot, he was dead.
Yeah.
Picked up the yellow X.
I just got to point out the Irish are on the screen now.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Right here.
Officially coming
Yeah.
to
Oh,
Ireland.
Yeah.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone.
We're in our own land. Happy St.
Lock in for a lot
Oh,
of
get out of
Irish.
my way.
Yeah. Oh, hello.
Okay, we're good.
Oh,
Let's go.
55 8x, I think, right?
I think it was 82.
Decent.
Also, Thunder jumped through the door before the Irish Metroids room to line them up. If you do not do that in your runs, they will be invalidated.
Yes.
True.
Again,
You
spread
have
the
to line the
word.
Metroids up. It is just. It's
Me
just
when I
unreal.
purposely spread this information.
Lining the Metroids is awesome.
Yeah.
So I also
I do
use
it all the time. I line them up all the time. It annoys our fellow friend Baria.
I also use it as my visual cue.
Yeah, that is also true. That is also
Yeah.
true.
If you don't line them up, the Metroids latch onto the SAX a bit differently. So I can't really. I've gotten used to using it as a visual cue. So even though I lose a couple of frames, it's like, oh, okay. I would rather
Right,
not lose my visual cue. I lose a lot of frames
until-
in a lot of places for no reason, but I do not care.
Up until the eye door, I think we can knock out another announcement.
Yeah, definitely can.
Y'all are too kind. I'm going to run out eventually.
Nice.
So if anyone has missed any of our Hotfix shows or events like Back to Black and Frost Fatales, which was last weekend, or the English broadcast of Speedruns 5, you can always check out the VODs on youtube.com/gamesdonequick, and that includes this show. So if you're enjoying it as much as I am and you want to watch it again, you can always find Perilous Paths on the YouTube channel as well.
Sweet, I can't wait to watch.
Sweet. Okay,
So
Especially
There's no
that part
Pirates
with
of
Thunder
Thunder.
only had 7 beams up
All right,
until now.
everyone's got to turn up the volume on their headphones instantly.
I was gonna say just that.
Does he get a flash door or a Schmade door? Lock in.
Schmade door, of course. Yeah.
No, it's still on the 1 beam kick. It just keeps giving me 1 all the time.
Congrats,
That's a
Thunder. That's
7-beam run.
beam run.
Okay.
Decent.
Increase your volume, chat, right now.
Ow.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Oh my gosh, my ears.
Music to my ears.
I'm in pain.
Yo, the tink on the bottom. Uh-oh, another tink on the bottom. Okay.
Kill him already.
Okay.
Okay.
It would have been a good fight, but the last part got away from him a little bit.
Yeah, he
no.
moves really weird sometimes.
Okay, there's a double.
Another double. That is
Yo,
another double.
Okay, double is pretty good actually. Not a bad fight.
And sweet
Double.
spot.
1
There we
beam.
go. That is
Not bad.
very
That's
solid.
Yeah, not bad.
Okay, so Flash, what's our final beam count?
Final beam
7.
count is 8 with 0 rolls, 6 jumps, and 4 rounds.
That's actually not bad.
Man.
The 4
that's
rounds
actually
is
not
kind of
too
stinky,
bad.
but everything else is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wrong.
Too bad I
Three
lost.
beans
Too
after,
bad I lost
Zazabi.
15 seconds on reverse
Really
stairs.
funny. Yeah.
Such as doing very difficult strats. Though. So be it.
There is that risk always.
Hey, Starbreak.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
nope.
So we mentioned earlier each of you is like 1 minute apart on your PBs. Based on that RNG and other stuff, where amongst you do you think this run is going to land?
It might be really close to my time if I was to guess.
Yeah, it'll be an upper
yeah.
111. for
It'll be a
sure.
112.
Just because of my. You said when I vary a time was like just over a 30. Usually,
Yeah.
my current PB is like 30 seconds ahead of that. So, but it is. I have very, very good luck in my PB. Thanks, Flash.
Yeah.
Pretty flash.
You're welcome. I will never do it just to spite you. I don't care. If that keeps me at 114 for the rest of my life, so be it. I am that petty.
There's a bit of extra nuance to how apart our times are because Thunder and Schmade are about a minute, and then it's almost 2 minutes between me and Schmade because his PB is a low 112 and mine is a high 113.
Yeah, I'm on the border of 111 at the moment. Yeah, Dark Spy is like just below 114. Flash is like in the upper mid end of 114.
I'm a 114.48, and I hate it
He knows
every day.
exactly what it is.
Yes.
You will be Oats.
Flash. Flash, tell chat why you hate your time.
Okay, fine. Since
Story
you
time,
asked.
yay.
All right, the runner I look up to, I am 1 second behind him, so it just eats at me. All right, that's why.
Said runner is none other than the goat himself, Oats and Goats.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna beat that time eventually. Give me a year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for 1 second is crazy. This part of the game is like a very important part for text. It's gonna be like a. If you don't know why you're losing a lot of time on this segment, it's probably text. There's a lot of it, and it's like actually not an easy.
No.
This isn't an easy cutscene to go through. The text is all fairly different throughout it. There's a lot of very quick, like back and forths, like half a line or whatever that you got to get through quickly. So it's probably one of the few text boxes that people actually practice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can mean a lot.
If I'm not mistaken, JRP's split name for this is Adam Shut Up because
Yeah,
he's
it is.
constantly talking.
That's fire.
There's a lot to tell you.
That is by far the longest
yeah.
conversation you have with Adam in the entire game. Though.
Yeah, it's roughly a minute and a bit.
Yeah, it's
Like
a
a minute
while.
and change.
Best part about fastest fusion, you just skip all that.
True.
Yeah.
No, it's a
And I believe it's an actual category extension, so if you don't want to
Yes.
run the actual base categories, you don't have to.
Yeah. We need more runs on
yeah.
that for the CE boards. Actually, I haven't even
Also,
posted mine
shout
yet.
out to
I
Bench
forgot.
Juice. My
You know
I need
what?
to run
I'll do
that.
it. I'll add it. Why not?
It's a fun run.
just
PB.
sleeps on text.
It's funny because my whole motivation to start running Fusion was to be Flash.
I love that, by the way. Very flattering.
Yeah. basically, Thunder and Schmade were trying to bully me into running Fusion.
Bully?
And yes.
What?
And one day I was watching Flash run, and I kept asking if Sub Flash was free, and Flash said, "Well, run the game and find out." And I was like, "Bet."
Yeah.
About a year later, it happened. Let's see.
3.
Oh, 4. Nice.
4.
Oh,
Just that easy,
it's free.
folks.
It's just free. See?
4-shot exists. All right, hang on.
Oh, very early.
Oh, that was early.
Oh, we worked?
Yes.
still a
Let's
two-shot.
go. That was really early.
All right.
Ah,
If it gets a
okay.
triple double, it's a perfect fight.
How
Let's
did
see.
that work?
Lock in.
1.
1, 2.
And
Hey.
Perfect fight. Love it.
Perfect
Four-shot,
SAX fight.
two-shot,
Like,
triple
come
double.
on, man.
beautiful.
What can this man not do?
Pay very
Pogo.
close attention to my loadout at the very end. This is by design. I will never be able to hide that I am doing the run.
Yeah.
Yo, nice down press. It
I
can't
love
press
my
down,
down
apparently.
I hate
Where is my down press? Where is my down press? Oh, locking for a strat that nobody does,
locking
but
for
it's super
strat.
free.
Oh no, you taught me at the R shot.
No, there's
Oh, this. Yo,
just hold a charge through the
Three
hold a
people?
charge through and it just opens the door.
Oh, that's yeah. You
Three-
better.
We call it the
3
strat
people
free.
do that.
Although more
zigzag.
more people are doing it now because I don't
It's
know how
just that
people didn't know
easy.
it existed. Kind of funny, actually.
All right,
Ooh, the door fix.
Ooh, the door fix.
let's hold for the swag spark. Let's see if he hits
Okay,
it.
hold. I need chat to hold right now.
All right, here he goes.
Lock in.
Oh, a little high. Just a hair.
so
Just a hair
close.
high.
So close.
Even I jab it. Yo,
One
nice sweet
frame,
spot.
1 pixel.
Did I get the? I think I did. I did.
I think you did. Yeah.
Is that the frame? Yeah, it should be.
Wow,
should
actually
be.
It looks
worked.
good to
That
me.
was
Yeah, no, it does.
extremely lit.
Yeah,
Yo,
I know. I was
99.
surprised that worked.
Yo,
Yeah, no, it definitely
9
is.
missiles, 9 power bombs. Thunder signing.
Signing my
Here's
run
one
right
signing
here.
off.
It will
it's the
be
SAX.
time after we kill this boss, by the way. So I will give you. I'll let you know.
It'll be
As-
time.
I'll let
when
you know
someone's fist
when
is
we face
forward on the
forward in the
ship.
ship. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
To destination.
exactly. All right, let's see. No chance. Let's go.
no chance. Just walk back, moonwalk, and it's done. Well, not yet.
Hold on. Yeah, we'll give you the
Yeah, hang
signal.
on. Yeah.
And time.
Let's go. GG.
What a run.
What a run!
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Just waiting for stream to catch up to find out if that's sub 12 or not.
Okay.
Should do. It'll be close. I mean, this should
Oh,
still be a
Thunder.
44
Oh,
for
this
Oh,
112.
Oh, two.
so close.
Wow.
me. This should still be a 44 for me, though. I think
Yeah, that could be a 44 still.
it should be 44 IGT.
It should be, I
Wow. That's a really good time. You beat me by 6 seconds.
Incredible run.
I blame Grav.
Yeah. I did have a pretty good graph fight, so for what it's worth.
Well,
I gotta say, go on.
no, you gotta say. You gotta say what you gotta say.
I was about to say, Thunder. I've watched Thunder a lot on VC, and there are many times where the early game is so bad for him. So I'm really happy he was able to get RNG to cooperate when it was showcased on GDQ.
Yeah, that was
that's
actually pretty good.
It's really nice. It's
Now he
good.
just needs that in a real attempt.
Yeah, not too bad.
Oh no, he's been carried for the month. It's over.
Yeah, I got my one. This month's
That was
rent.
one
Thank you
time.
all so much for being here. If you all want to take a moment, let people know where they can find more about you, where they can maybe hang out with you on Twitch, maybe the community Discord, anything like that. Any shout outs you want to give. You know, this has been such an amazing, fun run. I'm on to make sure that everyone out there knows how to find out more about all of you and where they can hang out with you and all that fun stuff.
Mostly would be probably the Metroid Fusion server.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to post that link on the chat?
Yeah, Thunder's very very behind the scenes mostly, so it's probably kind of
I'll
tricky
post
to
that
catch
link
him,
on the
but-
chat.
Yeah.
more better excuse than never to start streaming more. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Please
see about
stream
that.
again.
Yeah, I do want to bring back streaming. No, I haven't streamed. Outside of so if anyone does want to get into the game, we do community races on Fridays normally, and everybody's welcome. Any skill level, come and hang out,
Yeah.
do a run.
A lot of fun. We always just this chat This stream is essentially how races kind of go.
Yeah, exactly
Yeah,
what it sounded
basically.
like here is exactly what a race is like. But there's more of us.
Yeah.
What you see is what you get.
So if you couldn't handle us now, there's more of us.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, the Fusion community Discord is where you can find a lot of good tools to learn the run, learn the tricks. Also, you can also play the randomizer and find it there.
Yep, new rando just
And you
came
can
out
also
not long
just-
ago.
Yeah, and you can also just meet a ton of cool people. So if you have any interest in Metroid Fusion, be it for speedrunning, just playing the game casually, playing randomizer, I urge you to join us in the Fusion community Discord. We will welcome you with open arms.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Every time.
There it is. Posted it in the chat, by the way.
We love seeing you people pick the game up and run the game, and we're more than happy to help everyone and anyone who wants to actually learn the game, because we're all super passionate about this game.
Yes.
Not
This
a
is a
huge community or anything like that, so seeing it grow would be amazing. But we're a really tight knit, really close community, and anyone who's interested, we will be more than willing to help. With learning, running the game, setting up how to run the game, rats, so on and so forth. And the Fusion community is the best place to find us.
Yeah.
It didn't
Oh, the
work.
Fusion Discord.
I did post a link from Fusion's Discord. I'm sorry if it didn't work.
All right, hang on. Moment of truth.
If you do want a place to directly get the
Bang.
Fusion Discord server, you can find it on the speedrun.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go to speedrun.com
that is
for
true.
Metroid Fusion, we have the link there. It has a link that should work. Forgive me. I don't know why that one didn't work. Either way.
Yes.
But yeah, there's a 44 IGT.
Doesn't
So.
like links.
Apparently not.
Yes!
So yeah, that's a pretty good run for my book. I have I've been tracking my IGT as of recent, and this should be the 71st 44 I've gotten. So 43 soon, trust.
Yeah.
I'm only
close are
10
you?
seconds IGT away from a 43, so
There you
and
go.
5 away from a 110. Second would be the second ever in the game's history, so soon, trust.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all so much for showcasing this. Like I said before, you guys were killing it and killing me. So, like, hopefully, I think I speak for chat when I say everyone had some fun. But don't go anywhere. We're gonna take a short little break, and we're gonna get set up for our next run, which is Metroid Dread. We're gonna go right down the line, and we're gonna see some more scary things chasing Samus, and maybe a little bit more Irish things will show up. We'll see. But go ahead, stick around, grab some water, take a quick restroom break. We'll be right back. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Perilous Paths here on GDQ Hotfix. We are sticking around with Metroid Dread, all bosses, unrestricted, rookie. Now, as we talked about earlier, today is our St. Patrick's Day special because canonically, lore accurately, and most importantly, in my opinion, Metroids are Irish, and we're sticking with it. So today, we're going to move right along to Metroid Dread, which is a sequel to Fusion, which we just showcased. But without further ado, let's go ahead and bring in Hobbit and his commentator lab member. How are you two doing today?
Doing pretty darn good on this St. Patty's Day. I'm Hobbit. I'm a unrestricted runner. Play all sorts of Dread, but mostly UR. It's a fun time. And fortunately, I'm lucky to be joined by Mr. Lab Member here.
Hey, yeah, that's me. I'm lab member. I've ran this game a handful of times. But yeah, thank you both for having me. Really looking forward to commentating today.
Awesome.
Awesome. Well, feel free to give us an intro into anything we might need to know before we get started, but you can just give us a 3, 2, 1 whenever you're ready.
All I'll say is if you've never watched Unrestricted before, strap in. It's gonna be wild. Lab, if you want to give me a 3, 2, 1, you can count me out.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so why don't we start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck, have fun.
Thank you. I'm definitely going to need a little bit of the luck of the Irish about 15 minutes in, if all things go smoothly. But, fortunately, this will be the first opportunity we have to show off a trick that was discovered right around the game's anniversary in October that actually reroutes Artaria. So normally we do a lot of just explanation of movement. Dread's movement's very, very clean. Lad, if you want to give like the primer on Dread movement.
Yeah, sure. So Dread's added, I think, it's pretty much, if you want to compare it mostly to Samus Returns, it's the same developers. So the wall jump is a little more tolerable. You're pretty much mostly stuck to ground-based movement, as that maximizes your speed. So you're going to try to minimize the amount of time you're spending in the air. The slide is new to Dread. You can also smack enemies with the melee like that. Trying to think. Anything really important that I glossed over?
You have the extra movement ability to do a dash melee as opposed to Samus Returns standing melee only. It basically just makes the game significantly more fluid in addition to the slide.
I don't know if we have people in the chat that like counting, but Hobbit, how many bosses are we going to be seeing in this game today?
30, count them, 30 bosses.
30 bosses.
So, that includes central units, enemies, main bosses, robots, soldiers. There's going to be a whole lot of bosses. Dare I say all of them. And fortunately, our tool set, one might say, is unrestricted. So we are going to be clowning on them a little bit, to say the least.
Yeah, so we split up our categories into 3 levels of glitch usage. For those of you who don't know, glitchless, no major glitches, and unrestricted. And so basically unrestricted is any and all glitches that are doable on current patch are fair game.
Yeah, the only glitch that's universally banned is the hyper missiles, where if you leave your game running for in-game 76 hours, your missile fire rate goes up 80%.
So this is a minor glitch, so this is allowed in no major glitches. So basically there's sort of like a gap in collision where you can kind of cram your missile in there and hit the blob through the wall like you normally aren't able to. That's not nearly as important as the glitch that's coming up right now. This is huge new tech. It was discovered extremely recently around I think the anniversary of the game last year. So I'm just going to try to jump over the Emmy here and get it to climb up onto the ceiling and kind of guide it over to this wall. Oh, almost. So what he's trying to do is he's trying to get Samus into that doorway, which is extremely difficult because you have to kind of maintain your height off of that wall jump. And then after making it into the doorway, he's not quite out of the woods yet. He's going to have to be able to parry the Emmy. So we're just trying to get that Emmy in the right place.
Oh no, I got an auto climb.
Oh, that was so really close.
Okay, we're locked in.
Yeah, so the Emmy parries are kind of almost down to a science. So one of our Dread scientists, after some comprehensive studies, had reached the conclusion that there are, I think, 3 different parry timings for each Emmy. And you can boil that down further into a fast parry and a slow parry. So 2 of the parries are around the same speed that you can hit them with roughly the same timing. Oh,
really?
That was really close.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's very, very tight, and you have to perfectly keep your height. But luckily, you just spawn right here, so you can just kind of go for it again. In runs, it's a pretty common reset point, but it's so early in the run that you kind of just run it over and over again.
This also saves a boatload of time.
Yeah, it saves several minutes over the course of the run, because what it does is it takes out some atom counters. Oh, whoops. And unfortunately, it's very position specific to get it up onto the ceiling. If you jump too early or too late, it will just walk under you like that. Whereas if you manipulate it correctly, you will basically just get to do that wall jump that I was doing. Fortunately, I do have a save that's right after this, so if it does take too long, I have a backup option.
That being said, it would be really epic if you managed to get this.
So you see this kind of half-loaded room?
Oop.
Let's go.
Nice. That's really good.
All right, so now if we get caught by the Emmy again, we're going to be trapped in the sequence, because in the intro sequence, it's programmed to only... Hold on, I got to lock in for a second. Okay. It's programmed to only release it if you go to that door with the water. But by doing this, we've basically shortcut around the top of Artaria and gone straight to Charge Beam. Most notably, this skips an Atom Room, and now it kind of naturally goes into a trick that I just reached for my splitter. I am not on splits right now. But essentially, Atom works like a train, right? So each time you go to an Atom station, the train goes to the next station. And if you interrupt that sequence, it will actually stay at its old station. So now we're going to be able to run through the Atom room, a couple Atom rooms that we normally wouldn't be able to. There was an other trick that's used in NMG and Glitchless called Ascending Dual Magnet Skip, or Atom Skip for short. That does it in Cataris, but with that trick, the Emmy Boost, you can skip the order even faster, and it is really hard. But I got that relatively quick for this scenario, so I'm pretty happy about that.
No, we're really happy that you managed to get it.
Especially on the first jump into the hallway. Oh my gosh, that's a huge stressor off. So that's one of two really big walls we've kind of gotten through.
All right, so here's our, second boss? I haven't been really counting or keeping count.
Yeah,
So
he's number 2, because the broken enemy counts as 1.
Yeah. So Corpius, he's the invisible guy. He's got the Phantom Cloak. So this phase requires a total of 26 missiles at the head in order to skip an extra phase, but you do have charge, actually. I forgot to note that. So Hobbit does kind of have the leeway of, if he misses a couple of missiles, he can finish off Corpius with a couple of charge shots like that. If this was the old route where you immediately went for Phantom Cloak first, you have to spend some extra time advancing a phase, losing a bit of time. But yeah,
and then because we have the Phantom Cloak, we can just kind of go straight to these Phantom doors. You can slide into your cloak to get through the doors just a little bit faster. Because the ultimate principle in this game is you want to stay on the ground as much as humanly possible, because Samus's run speed is faster than her her aerial speed. But yeah, so now we've officially skipped the Atom sequence. We have one more Atom that we'll talk to, and then we will unfortunately never talk to him again. So if you have any final messages for him, type them in the chat, because we will be leaving him in Artaria. And ironically enough, that first boss fight with Corpius and the upcoming Emmy fight are kind of like the hardest encounters in the game, or at least some of the most frustrating. There's one other boss that comes to mind, but it's kind of front-loaded in terms of like execution.
Uploading data.
Yeah. I think it's also like in the later game, your arsenal is just so heavily upgraded that a lot of the later game bosses, you just kind of tear into them.
Yeah, the fun part about Aber is that you get some items super out of order, so you kind of get to do like this boss cleanup at the end of the run, and it's truly just like blasting the bosses over and over again, because as it turns out, Wave Beam is extremely strong. But here's our third boss, the White CU.
Yeah, so we have to actually fight the central unit this time. So it's got a sort of a protective cover that you have to blast off with missiles, and then it exposes the brain part that you can weave in between missile shots and regular beam shots. Is the optimal way to kind of whittle down that health bar.
Yeah, and you may have noticed my my Omega Stream looks kind of wild. That's because I'm turboing the button because I'm so used to not getting plant killed that I was like, oh, okay, I'll just jump over, and then he stood up. But the first shot of the Omega Stream does slightly more damage, so above mash of like 15 hertz, the Emmy dies faster than normal. So you can do a true plant where you just stay on that platform and blast him, or you can do a jump over or slide under like I did. That is a very tricky fight. Like, it looks simple, but like it is very, very tricky because it's so tight to get the plant kill. And that horror or that angled wall can be very, very frustrating at times.
Yeah, I mean, like your movement also has to be really good so you can actually meet the enemy in the doorway. So it's not all about like your shots.
Yeah, exactly. And then we just kind of get a little movement section on the way out of Artaria now that we've collected all 3 of the items and the Emmy.
Yeah, so we put a little spin on the spider ball this time around in Dread. I don't know how many spider ball enjoyers we have at home, but we got the spider magnet now, which lets Samus grab onto these sort of neon blue walls and ceilings, and that's sort of the ticket out of Artaria, really.
Yeah, there's a couple other funny applications of them, but we can get into that later.
Nice damage boost.
Nice. I thought I kind of messed it up by getting hit, but luckily it was fine. And then we just get a nice little break. We made it through Artaria. We can relax, kick back, take a sip of water, rehydrate, and just prepare for the place where I'm going to need a little bit of luck. Lab, would you like to elaborate? No pun intended.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack in this next level. Like you mentioned, I think you're not doing ADM anymore. But
Nope.
Cataris has one of the biggest tricks that Unrestricted has to offer. That I'll probably try to explain in depth whilst Hobbit is attempting to do it. So just to kind of get everyone excited for this trick. This saves
Adam.
roughly 3 minutes of time, and also some rerouting, and you're also able to get some of the power-ups slightly out of order.
Yeah, we'll be able to see the rare appearance of the single-shot diffusion in Vanilla Dread outside of Rando.
Yeah. So for those of you that have played this game before, the game kind of wants you to kind of pass through Cataris here and then move on to Dyron and pick up Wide Beam. But we're actually going to pick up the Morph Ball while we're here in Cataris and pick up the Wide Beam later.
Hello? Oh, this is the worst
what a
Spider-Man
guy.
wall in the game. It
That
is my
flying
greatest
guy
hour.
is a real arch nemesis.
Yeah, that
Likes to knock you
fly
off the
was put
platform.
there by some evil developer. But first we're going to do the one and only Hell Run in this game. So the heat ticks in Dread are pretty aggressive. They tick up exponentially, essentially. So if you spend too long in there, you will just get melted.
Yeah, it's almost kind of meant to discourage like really long runs through hot and cold rooms, in a sense. We're doing another seam pseudo here, so you remember the one Hobbit did in Artaria. This one's a little tricky because the angle is a little more difficult. Like I don't think I've ever managed to do this one unbuffered like I can do the other one in Artaria unbuffered.
And then because we've already done Atom Skip, we can actually go this way. And normally we wouldn't want to go this way because there's an Atom Room at the top of this section. We're also going to tag this door here. That's going to be important in a moment.
It's a secret tool that'll help us later.
Jump through the door by accident. There we go. I'll attempt this deboost, why not? I might not get it, but that's okay. Yeah. The plies are very finicky with that one. I still haven't quite got it figured out. It's kind of awkward, but that's okay.
No, yeah, the discovery of the big Artaria skip or Emmy boost really brought back some really ancient tech from the archives. All right, I guess this is the part where I talk about Emmy Warp. So I think a couple of years ago, some really interesting behavior was discovered with the green Emmy here. So what Hobbit's going to try and do is walk through the door at the same time, at the same frame that he bumps into an Emmy. And so by tagging the doors in the way that he has done, it's set up in such a way that the next door that Hobbit walks through is going to also teleport the Emmy to a new starting location, like this.
We do something funny real quick.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well. So basically, if you bump into the Emmy at the same frame that it teleports to its new starting location, Samus gets taken with it. And this new strat that we call, it's not new strat anymore, but this strat that we call Emmy Warp can be used to reach the Caterus Central unit and unlock the Omega Stream to collect the Morph Ball from the green Emmy a lot earlier than intended. So this particular Emmy Warp has 3 possible starting locations to teleport Samus to, and they're chosen pretty much at random to our knowledge. We've been treating them as random up to this point. So Hobbit has a 1 in 3 chance of being teleported to the right place.
Oh, I'm gonna get hit here. No.
Oh.
That can be really bad. So if you parry in that one, I was mashing X so that I would get killed.
Yeah,
if you parry there, you can push the Emmy out of the Emmy zone, and if that happens, the game crashes. So if I get that one, I try my best to minimize the odds of that happening, because that would be very, very bad.
We were placing bets before this run started, and I went with the expected value of 3, like I always do with any gambling related.
And we have gotten 1 of each location. If you do get the parry at that lower location, it puts Samus in the air, which allows her to airwalk, which looks really funny, but unfortunately I missed the parry. Okay, there we go.
There you go.
I'm goated.
Huge. That's so epic. The fact. So yeah. I remember. You might have to fill me in on the details here, but I remember like when people were really like labbing out this trick back in the day. Somebody had like made the discovery that, oh wait, you can pause buffer this, because like up to this point people were kind of going in and trying to parry the Emmy off of like raw instinct alone. I think it has to do with the camera gets messed up when you get teleported.
So because the camera breaks, it allows you to pause. This was discovered by my dear friend Mr. Miguel, for any Metroid Prime 2 enjoyers in the chat, but Miguel was labbing the trick and just trying it out, for themselves, and accidentally paused. And it was genuinely a groundbreaking improvement in the trick. Normally, I'm pretty on the money on that frame advance, but you have to do 1 frame advances in order to truly pause buffer it. So I missed my last frame advance. But fortunately, I've been to this Emmy so many times that I kind of understand the rhythm that it has.
So yeah, we've got the morph ball, and this next sort of we're doing things a little slightly out of order now, I guess, if you want to call it that, but not nearly as out of order as the game is going to get later on.
Yeah, so we do be ballin' now, which means we unfortunately have to go get our orange pajamas, because, like I said before, the heat ticks in this game are just absolutely nuts. Like, they are trying to remove you, take your energy away. But fortunately, the intended order is to get Morph Ball and then get Varia. So we're just going to take a little detour to Artaria here, and we're going to get a funny looking map because we actually haven't seen the red teleporter before. So we're actually just going into the void. Fortunately, the room does load, but it does look funny.
So yeah, there's this next part of the run can be a little annoying for some people. I can't really speak so much on that behalf, as I'm not really much of an unrestricted runner myself. But essentially, this is the next 5 to 10 minutes of the run. You would normally have wide beam, which kind of you can be a little less precise with your shots.
Yeah, you have
but there are a couple.
segment.
There are a couple blocks here that are going to be a little tricky to get with a single beam.
Yeah, sometimes like the game just decides that actually you did not hit that. Like right here, for example, with wide beam, you can just stand, but unfortunately with just regular beam, I do have to crouch. Or like if you want to hit this cheat shot here, oh, I missed it. Unfortunate. That was a good attempt though. You can shoot that door through the ball tunnel, but it's super, super tight. I'm very bad at it. But yeah. So now we're just going to do Varia Climb. It really, the music is so dramatic, but they give you so much time. Now, if you really want to up the ante, do Varia Climb on Dread mode, because all of these environmental hazards, like the fire, will just delete you. But fortunately, we just kind of take an afternoon stroll through the crumbling Artaria facility. And there we go, we're orange. Orange, you glad that I'm not blue?
Oh my god.
I'm sure I'm gonna get booed for that one, but you know, I stand by it. Specifically, this room is also very obnoxious without wide. Wide allows you to just kind of hold forward through this section, but unfortunately, it kind of puts you in like a really awkward bind. Something worth noting in terms of movement, it's the fastest way to weave through is usually what's called a pivot respin, where you run off an edge and then you flick the opposite direction and hit B to respin in the air. You also sometimes, like that last one, have to do a slide pivot respin because it gets you just that little bit of extra distance, like closer to the ledge, which allows you to clear that rubble, which means you can just kind of keep on running. And now we're on our way to my favorite boss of all time.
Yeah, I know a lot of people want to see some green on St. Patrick's Day. We've got just the Metroid creature for you.
And lo and behold, he does have RNG. Will he throw his nails at me, or will he throw up at me? That is the burning question.
Are we gonna say who this is, or like what are we doing?
I mean, we could say it. It's fine. I'm just being dramatic.
All right. Yeah. So those of you who probably saw, I think in a teaser trailer for this game, know that Kraid makes a legendary return in Metroid Dread after nearly 20 years. So yeah, Kraid is one of the more RNG heavy bosses, which I can go over during the fight, I suppose. Yeah, it's probably a safe play to just avoid the spicy sauce.
Because of the routing we take, we don't get that second Catarus tank, so we are really struggling for energy.
So Kraid has one of two attacks. It's two different attacks. He's going for Vomit. Very unfortunate. We wanted to go for Nails. And even with single beam, it's just going to be kind of firing missiles up into his mouth like that.
And now we can make use of the Dread single wall jump, where you wall jump while in neutral stick and then morph. And that kind of gives you like a little bit of a float kind of thing. And then another little fun fact, the counters in this game are almost all bad. You get a huge damage nerf during counter sequences, as cool and cinematic as they are. Kraid is really angry at me. He is shouting. But that was actually a pretty solid Kraid, all things considered. I did get Vomit instead of Nails, but I'm pretty happy with that. He's not very nice to me. I call him the evil green time waster, because the luck of the Irish is not with me most of the time.
So we're really just getting a lot of spins on twists on former Metroid power-ups. So y'all probably remember the diffusion missile from the fusion run earlier today. We've got the diffusion beam. So with our charge beam, it'll kind of seep into the walls a little bit and can hit blobs that you normally wouldn't be able to. But
and a lot of these blobs are hard-coded to only break two diffusion. There are some you can break with power bombs, but primarily it's just diffusion.
Yeah.
Diffusion beam from hit game Metroid Other M.
Oh, I keep forgetting that diffusion beam was another M, but I never played it. I think somebody told me.
Yeah.
Where are we going?
Normally, you have to get wide beam before, and fortunately, we're just gonna go get it right now.
Oh, right. I was getting bombs. There you go, wide beam.
Yeah, so we're gonna take a little pit stop here because it's really dark in here, and Samson's kind of afraid of the dark, you know? Like, she looks kind of scary, but like, I think deep down, maybe she's a little afraid of the dark. So we're just gonna go turn the lights on real quick, because that door down there is not gonna work without wide beam and the lights. So this is the... Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think the randomizer had some trouble handling like that particular door because of like how the actors or something get loaded before and after the lights are on. Like you can soft lock yourself in the randomizer if you don't know to turn the lights on first.
Yeah, because that door is like, I think it's like super hard coded in some way. I'm no expert in all of that. All of the wonderful people in Randovania, Duncan, May, Art, Hyperbola, all them, they would understand this way better than me. But you know, fortunately, because we have the morph ball, we can just leave. We can just go. We don't have to go into the Dairon big room, which is unfortunate because I love that room. One side effect of this is that we actually, you may have noticed, we never did the yellow Emmy tutorial. And this upcoming Emmy zone is a common pain point for most other categories. But as I mentioned to the showrunners before, the Emmys are actually taking a vacation. He's not here at all. I can wait here as long as I want, and he will never show up. So I just kind of get to waltz on through the Emmy zone, be real safe-like, and make my way towards bombs.
Yeah, like nearly every enemy has like an intro cutscene that tells the game, okay, spawn the Emmy, please. And we never did that. So this missile pseudo coming up is really tricky. There's a blob on the other side of this wall that you can't see. But by doing a double turnaround animation into the wall like this, or like sliding into the wall and doing a turnaround back and forth, you can clip your arm cannon into the wall. It's important to note that beams, for some reason, can't hit the blob, but missiles can. And you may have an infinite number of beams, but you have a finite number of missiles. So there's a lot at stake with this trick.
I need one more.
Fortunately, a lot of these pseudos can be made a lot more consistent by rebinding your analog sticks. I don't know if you rebind your analog stick for this one, Hobbit, but...
No, I don't. I'm never...
you don't?
I have right stick rebound to left stick for other things, but for that one, I do tend to just kind of go for it.
Yeah, so essentially what you can do is you can rebind the right analog stick to behave like a left analog stick, because it's not really doing anything else. So you can set an angle, kind of hold it as best you can with like your thumb, and then use that. And then when you let go of the analog stick, it'll use the right analog stick input and set that angle for you. That's how I did the early cloak pseudo before we discovered seam pseudo. That was a saving grace.
Yeah, right stick rebind is definitely a really popular way to approach that, because it just, if you hold the left stick, it overtakes the right stick angle, so you can kind of like set the angle while you're like crouching or something, and then let go and let Samus run.
Hey, who was that in that other room?
Oh, we don't. He's not important. We're only going to see him for like maybe a few seconds of screen time. You know, I mean, like, come on, he's not like. Surely there's no foreshadowing going on.
All right, I'll take your word for it. Being someone who hasn't run this category very often.
You know, maybe some of you folks know him. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Who knows? But me and him, we have an eternal beef, and it's personal.
All right. Well, that particular room is some of us. We've got a pretty dedicated golf club over in the Metroid Dread server.
Oh yeah.
We go out to the range, and that particular room we like to see if we can morph into the tunnel without splashing into the water.
Yeah, also known as a hole-in-one. And unfortunately, because I did not hole-in-one, I'm not a true golfer. And because this is unrestricted, we will never be seeing that room again. So, Manny, I know you're listening. I'm so sorry.
Very important, the golf room. Had to shoehorn it in there.
I mean, didn't you know Metroid Dread's a golf sim? Like, actually.
So coming up this is the water level Barania. This next room, if you haven't done early grapple like Hobbit here, is actually deemed by some, one of the hardest rooms to really optimize your movement in. Basically, water hinders your movement and your jumping until you pick up gravity suit. And you're doing pretty good, though. You're making it look easy.
Yeah, until I pick up gravity suit, haha.
Oh,
Unless...
yeah, well, I mean... well, we'll see about that later, I guess. But yeah, so the rule of thumb for like any underwater movement in this game, pre-gravity suit, or if you don't get it at all, is jump as much as you can. Repeatedly jumping in water is faster than just walking. You can also slide morph off of ledges to get a small speed boost.
Hey, Lab, do you like Mr. Brightside?
Yeah, why do you ask?
Well, I gotta do backdoor flash, and I need a reference tempo, so I'm pretty sure that's probably my best option. You know, there's a lot of cool options here if I would like to stop throwing, but unfortunately, because I don't have grapple, there's not really a good way for me to go obtain flash shift without going through all that water, which costs a lot of time. So we're just gonna do that and trick the door into thinking we're not there. Just a little, you know, little alakazam.
No, yeah. So yeah, we've got a backdoor flash playlist, I think, on the wiki. So the rhythm that you're looking for the infinite bomb jump in front of that door is, I think, 150 BPM.
Yeah, it's like 150 to 153-ish. There's a little bit of leg leeway.
But some other favorites are I Ran So Far Away by Flock of Seagulls and Holding Out for a Hero from Shrek.
Shoutouts.
Shoutouts to Shrek.
Now in
Shrek's
this room,
green.
Like any water room, I want to be doing as little movement as possible. So I'm going to be making use of a property of pseudo waves called morph shot, where on that first one, by doing a morph shot, you actually shoot the beam out of Samus's foot. And that allows you to just barely peek through the ceiling and shoot that first blob. And then I can do a pause buffered turnaround where you shoot on one frame while that Samus is in the wall, which allows you to grab that other blob that's down low. And then that trick I used to get across is known as a water bomb jump. The Samus has two states, morph ball and standing. And by unmorphing while you're in the air, matter. Yeah, Samus and morph ball, you know. By unmorphing during the lift or the rise of the water bomb, you keep the state where you gain height from bombs in water, so you kind of use it to kind of get a little bit of extra distance for areas like that. But now we're just kind of breezing our way back into Dairon. And fortunately, the yellow Emmy heard that I was talking smack, so it will be making a short cameo here before I go to the central unit. Hi, yellow Emmy.
This is probably one of the scariest Emmys, I think, for some casual players. This is the Speed Booster Emmy, and it can and will outrun you in casual play, I think.
Oh yeah, it's horrifying, truly. But if anyone gets stuck on this this Emmy fight, take some notes because I have a cool trick for you.
Did we talk about Charlies? I don't think we have.
I don't think we did because this is the first time Unrestricted gets to use them. So a really common DPS method across all the categories is known as a Charlie, which makes use of the quick charge mechanic, where if you interrupt a charge with a spin jump or a turnaround, you will essentially immediately charge your beam and be able to fire a fully charged shot. This can be followed up with a missile, and then repeatedly doing a quick charge missile, quick charge missile, quick charge missile, and it just so happens to work out that that's the best way to take out the CU shells before you have Speed Booster. Speaking of Speed Booster, Lab, we have two pieces of the Triforce, if you've been paying attention. We've got Flash. We've got Speed.
I've been following along. I don't think we ever established the Triforce. So Unrestricted really hinges on three major upgrades to really pull off all the magic. We call it the Triforce. So we've got Flash Shift, speed booster and grapple beam, and with their powers united, Hot is going to get to do some really cool things. I'd like to take a little bit to talk about what you can do with the speed booster in this game casually, because it's pretty epic. So essentially, like Fusion's speed booster, you can temporarily store what's called a shine spark, and you can use that to redirect your momentum in any other direction. I guess the 8 directions on the analog stick.
I missed it. Okay.
You can also there are a lot of speed keeps, so essentially just really extended periods of rooms where you can maintain your speed boost either by like morphing through tunnels, jumping off walls, really test like the extent to your knowledge of how you can use speed booster. You can also buffer your shine sparks, so there's typically like a short, not long animation, but it loses time. There's an animation of Samus like charging up the shine spark and then and launching it, but you can kind of buffer that with other animations like a dash melee, or even the act of storing the shine spark itself.
It is really cool. I love what Mercury's team did with Speed Booster, and I could gush about it forever. Like,
it's so
the way Mercury's team made the movement engine in this game is truly a work of art. Like, even if you never speedrun this game, just casually, it is so buttery smooth to play. And Lab, I think that's piece number 3, the Triforce. So now we get to introduce my favorite guy, the Bamuhe skew, or skew state. As it turns out, as you can see, Samus moves in a 2D plane, right? So she moves left and right and faces left and right. But what if I told you... And also, there's actually a funny little thing you can do with Speed Booster called Conveyor Spark. You just kind of befall in. I really want this missile tank that's in the next room, so I'm just, we're just going to make our way there for a second. Just take a quick detour. I need to catch my breath before the run really turns up to 11. But we're slowly approaching the missile tank. We're going to get it really soon. But like I said, Samus normally appears in a 2D plane. But with Axis Skew, you actually unlock the variable that accounts for Samus's rotation. So essentially, that allows her to stand in one of 6 rotations. It will also lock her aerial turnaround. So you normally when you're spin falling, you will turn around if you click backwards. But while your axis skewed, you will actually you will not turn around while you're spin jumping. Oop, I got to turn around. Unfortunate. So we will just try it again. And this makes use of a mechanic or a trick called an aim down clip or a shine sink, where you will essentially flash shift into a wall and slide and then turn around, and that kind of causes Samus to do this recoil animation. Here's that turnaround thing I was saying. You don't really turn around. It looks kind of silly, but yeah. Axis skew is very wild, but the most important thing is it allows us to achieve angles where you can slightly walk through walls. This game is very directly responding to Samus Returns and its wall clipping shenanigans by introducing a kill plane inside of any terrain. But if we do this slide like that, that actually gets us slightly into the wall. And then if we do that, that pushes us a little further. You can shine spark and then bam, right through the wall. So I hope that explanation, it was probably very confusing. Also, in some of these partial skewed states, if you try to run the opposite direction, you actually will get stuck. So there's a shine sink clip. It is the only one in the entire game, or in the entire run. And now we will just shortcut straight to screw attack. Now, I'm sure a lot of people playing casually have seen the door that I'm about to approach and wondered, hey, why can't I shoot this door? Like, it doesn't work. Fortunately, because we have skew, we can just kind of, go right through. Cutie, you had an announcement of some kind that you needed, right?
Yeah, but I think you're showing off why, at least for me personally, Metroid Dread is my favorite. I know this is a hot take, my favorite speedrun of a Metroid game.
My guy.
You know, Super Metroid notwithstanding, but my personal favorite. But speaking of announcements, yes, we've talked about some of our other events. We just had Frost Fatales, but we have another one coming up, which is you can always check out GDQ's International Transgender Day of Visibility celebration, which is a weekend highlighting transgender speedrunners on March 29th and 30th. And you can use !trans visibility, which I realize might be tough to spell, so I'll throw it into chat. But you can use that in Twitch chat for more information.
Awesome. And I mean, that's a great event to support. We are allies out here. We are supporting all of our trans gamers. We love them. We adore them. We appreciate them. And yeah. Oh, okay.
What was that?
It's okay.
I don't know. I forget if you mentioned one sort of. What I would say is like a crucial.
Real quick. This is going very poorly because I accidentally sparked the wall. But that's okay.
There's a really crucial part of the skew state that I apologize if I missed if you brought it up already, but
I have not.
It's a very fragile glitch state. Like the game has a built-in failsafe to try to catch people cheating, and if you do a neutral turnaround at any point in the skew state, you lose said state, which is very unfortunate. In some parts of the run, as can be very difficult to get skew back. Do you still have skew?
I still have it. Yeah, that was a skew. I tried to walk left because I thought I didn't have it and I didn't go anywhere. So I was like, I have skew. But you can see, like I mentioned before, my spin jump doesn't turn around when I turn around in the air. So that's a very key indicator that I still have it. Another one is that if you do a spin jump turnaround, when you land, you will turn around. And you may have noticed when I went through this elevator before, it froze the planet like I had gone the other way. As long as you use this elevator between Artaria and Barinia at all, it freezes CDR. Either direction. And now, we get to go to Frozen Artaria, but we do need to make one quick pit stop to get probably the most obnoxiously placed boss in the game. In the red soldier. There's only one spot that will spawn him if you go through it. So unfortunately, we're going to have to clip through a wall and a floor in order to get to him. And this is going to make use of a trick called a neutral jump clip, where essentially, we will be basically jumping into the wall and then using a map lag, which is just opening the global map, going to another area, and then quitting from that map to pause Samus's momentum. This will allow us to shine spark through the wall. All right, that'll work. And we go right through.
Nice. Yeah,
that's a really tricky one.
We're going to be showing off a handful of different wall clip setups that the community has perfected over the past year or two in this run, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, there's a couple. The two main ones are neutral jump clip and left clip. Because something that's important is that when Samus is skewed backwards, All right, we gotta lock in. Hold on.
All right, lock in.
The lock in, it's time.
So
please get off the wall.
I wasn't sure if I was allowed to talk.
No, it's okay. You're good.
So one thing about like the mid game of all bosses unrestricted is your arsenal is heavily limited compared to like what you would normally have when fighting some of these bosses. So with like that red Chozo warrior, you'd have what? Plasma beam and
potentially ice missiles, storm missiles, like a missile upgrade.
But yeah, we're going basic wide beam and regular missile combo for a lot of these bosses.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's just kind of the story of the mid-game. Fortunately, Dread does have stacked beams like Fusion does. And if you get a later upgrade, like if I were to get Wave Beam before Plasma Beam, it gives me every single previous upgrade. We also have to be careful because that ice is not down there, and there's actually just an open kill plane there. That is a category extension called Hypothermia Percent. It's very silly, but unfortunately, Samus does not want to catch a cold today. And then we get to do a cool little trick here that doesn't get seen super often outside 100% called a space ball, or I don't remember what it's called. But if you ball spark into a wall and then press and hold B when you hit the wall, you will kind of do that bounce. It's a spark bounce. You'll do a bounce up the wall, which allows us to grab that ledge and safely flash over where we previously did elevator deboost. Now, we are going to Frozen Catarus, where you normally fight Z57, and he is quite strong. However, we have skew. And if you've played the game casually before, you know he kind of does that Flappy Bird puzzle where you build up a Shine Spark and spark into him. Because of that, if you hit him with a Shine Spark at all, he will die. He will lose all of his health. So if we can get a Shine Spark into the boss arena, then we will be able to one-shot Z57. Unfortunately, there are 3 ways to do this. I'm going to try doing it the hard way. This is super extra, but it is very cool looking. So I'm going to give this a shot here. So we're going to get into really nice and snug into this wall, right? And then we're going to get a speed booster. And then we're going to try to do a 7-tile wall clip. Okay. I missed my 1 frame advance, so I will try it one more time, and then we will go from there. But if you can do a 1 frame pause buffer and then do the remainder of the map lags, I can actually clip into another room that we did not go to before. And this creates some visual oddities because you're not really supposed to go up there in this part of the game. So we're going to try to get real snug with this wall again. Really get in there, you know? Like, I'm sure there's something broken in here or something. Okay, I missed my frame advance, so I'm just going to do the normal one. But if you can get that frame advance, then you can actually go into the an unloaded area right above Z57. And actually, you know what, Lab? Should I do 3rd time's the charm? What do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, try it one more time. I think I'm doing it a little too fast, so I just need to slow down a little. All right, so we'll give this one more try. Oh, dang. Okay, I tried. All right. So I got a 2 frame advance there, so Samus is in the wall. That's not going to allow us to get through the 7 tiles. So now we will do the normal setup. This is one that actually you could try at home. So we're going to go to Z57 somewhat normally. There's a couple doors we can use there's a door we can use to shortcut to him instead of going all the way around to the bottom. So we're just going to come down here. Oh, I lost my skew, so I'm going to have to get that back real quick.
Yeah, Z57 is one of the bosses that you want to have skew for.
Yeah, it makes it significantly more forgiving.
Sort of like these staircases in a lot of the level geometry that you can use to get it back.
So that door is normally open when it's not frozen, so there's no kill plane on it. And then if we hold Y going into this boss fight and fire off a partial charge shot, we will actually get a skew towards the screen. Oh, I got caught on the vent, but I'm just gonna get a little, and then bam, he's dead, gone. Nice. So I got pretty fortunate RNG there, probably like the 2nd best option. Oops. The best option is if he does the laser the other direction, then you can just kind of instantly flash left. But that Z57 skew has some very interesting properties where you can actually flash shift during the skew. Normally flash shifting will break skew during skew state. But if you have a skew state plus the Z57 skew, it will stack the properties. So you will both be able to spin jump and flash shift, which gives you a lot of extra mobility that you normally would not have when that trick was found pre-skew state. But otherwise, you just kind of dodge his attacks, build up his speed booster, and then smack him in the face. If you do the other option that I was going for before, you will drop through the top of the boss room and then immediately smack him in the face. So pretty funny, pretty cool, pretty fun. Definitely try it at home if you want to give it a shot if you're getting stuck on Z57, because he can be a pretty tough boss casually.
Yeah, there's actually a couple of boss rooms, Z57's room being one of them, where it has a sort of a special property that like speed boosters take longer to charge up, so you can't just charge a speed boost and just ruin the boss that the devs took so long and painstakingly hard to create for the players.
Oh my gosh.
I think there's like a red Chozo room in late game that I think has that sort of similar property of making the speed boosts longer.
And unfortunately, we didn't go through this room before, so we have this really slow door. Very awkward and like really a bit of a pace breaker in this split, but that's okay. We're actually going to make our way towards Quiet Road because the next place we want to go is actually Ferenia. Oh yes, another fun little fact. If you are on an interactable object, such as an energy recharger or a missile recharger while you're skewed, or even Adam, Samus will actually walk the wrong way off the platform. For example, if you're skewed on a train platform, she'll walk away from the camera and then just disappear. Like, she will just be completely gone because the game intends her to get on the train.
That's actually really funny. I didn't know that.
Yeah. But yeah, so now we are essentially just trying to get the tools that are required for us to get Wave Beam. And normally that would be Storm Missiles, but in this case, it's just more convenient to go get them before Wave Beam because we need to kill the boss anyway. We don't technically need storms to be able to defeat the boss. And then fortunately, because we do have Screw Attack for this boss, you can just kind of mash jump at him and he can't really do anything about it. Rip Quiet Road. We love him. He's so cool. He turned the blue Emmy off for us. I think that's pretty neat of him. And then you may ask yourself, how are we gonna get into Upper Ferenia from here? Well, fortunately, there is actually an Emmy valve right by this wall. So if we do the neutral jump clip that I mentioned earlier, we can actually get into that Emmy valve. Yes, that worked. So I'm gonna buffer a Shine Spark and then do 3 map buffers here. I missed my pause button, that's okay. It'll just pop us right at the QR Robo fight and we will try again. But if you do the 3 successful pause buffers, you will just pop straight through the wall.
Yeah.
So, Lab, if you want to kind of prep the audience for what's coming up in the next few splits, I'm gonna try to focus up on this side.
Storms,
set up again.
Storms, then Wave, then Space Room.
Yeah, we're basically doing the whole one trip.
Yeah. So we got a couple bosses left in Ferenia that we have to take care of. Eskew, the beetle, as well as the purple Emmy. So Hobbit's going to be making his way over to Eskew first. Going to be doing a couple extra wall clips. So in order to get out of this valve, until you deal with the Emmy, these morph ball tunnels are closed by default. So he's got to do a kind of a tightly spaced setup for Skew and do another map buffered wall clip up to the right. There you go. That's pretty good. The purple Emmy is also taking some PTO. Everyone's just not really motivated in ZDR to deal with Samus.
Yeah, I think they're scared of her now. They see her turning around and it's pretty scary.
Like, Samus is able to rotate away from the 2D plane within which we live. Like, I don't know, that's a little... I'd be a little unsettled if I lived in a 2D plane and I saw somebody rotate in front of me.
Yeah, that'd be pretty scary. You can actually, if you skew and spark off of a breakable block, you will actually shine spark into the screen, but it soft locks you. It's very funny looking. But so Samus really, Dread is a 3D game. That's ultimately what it comes down to. And now we're just going to use SU kind of like a trampoline. We have Screw Attack, so we can just kind of have a field day with them, you know? And as I mentioned before, there's green X parasites in this game. We have not released the X yet, but that does not matter. SQ will be here for us no matter what, so he's my guy.
So we're going to be taking a slightly unconventional route to the Purple Emmy's CPU room. So as we have, I think, alluded to in the past, we haven't gone in Gravity Suit yet. And so Ferenia's Emmy Zone is kind of like the ultimate check for Gravity Suit because it's flooded. There was a leak in the bathroom or something. Water's just everywhere. And so if you limited your glitch usage at all, so either NMG or glitchless, you cannot enter. You cannot clear the Emmy Zone without Gravity Suit. We're gonna show you what it's all about right here. Actually,
I have to be very careful in this room because if I lose skew, I have to reset the checkpoint.
Yeah. So there are a couple of blobs here, and then like a really tall vertical space. I don't know what word I was looking for. So Hot is going to store a speed boost,
like a big old column,
using a skew, and then launch the Shine Spark up that. The only way, to our knowledge, that you can do that is using unrestricted technology.
Yeah, and kind of, I'm sure some folks are wondering kind of what's the line between minor and major glitch. We kind of set the bar at, are you completely passing through terrain like wall clips and floor clips? And are you affecting Samus's axis? There's actually one other trick that affects Samus's axis, but instead it's her kind of vertical axis instead of her horizontal one, called Upside Down Samus. It is unfortunately very hard, and only in Artaria on that magnet that gets pulled down. But it is possible if you grab it while it's falling to jump off and then be upside down. And then we're just going to stare at the purple Emmy.
This is going to look a lot like the setup with the white Emmy. We're just going to let it kind of walk on up to us. Oh, nice. You got the plant.
Yeah. Yeah, so we just kind of look at him funny. It can be pretty tough to get that one. You have to kind of follow the Emmy's neck and faceplate to keep damage. But yeah, if there is a backup where if he does get all the way to you, or it does get all the way to you, that you can kind of just jump over it and finish it off. Yep. But now we shortcut straight to Wave Beam, so we are quite strong now.
You don't need skew anymore, right?
Yes, from this point forward, skew is no longer required. So I kind of just get to break skew and relax a little bit and get ready for the what I like to dub the boss cleanup.
Yeah, so for those of you that have been keeping count of the number of bosses that Hobbit has dealt with in this game, you should have a number that is less than 30. So we're gonna be going back. There's a lot of areas that haven't really even been reached yet at this point in the game. There's like at least 2 levels off the top of my head that we haven't even been to yet in this run. We're gonna do a really cool space jump. Actually, are you? I don't.
Yeah, I got it. I almost messed that up, but if you...
No, I meant you don't... Do you flash out the door?
Oh, yeah, you flash out the door.
You do, okay.
Yeah, so this door is just on a timer, so if you spark in like that, you can actually beat the timer on the way out and just leave.
Yeah. I love doing that. That's always really cool. Mm-hmm. So here's the other twin robot Chozo fight. There's the other one with Verenia, and yeah, there we go. So that's all I have to say. We're going to the Cyan teleporter, which is going to take us over to Berenia. There's one boss that we missed, Drogaiga the octopus. And we've got quite the arsenal right now. Well, not really. We've got Wave Beam, and that's going to be proved to be more than enough.
Yeah, we've basically got the most powerful tool we could possibly have for everything not named Ravenbeak. Ravenbeak has a pretty significant damage reduction multiplier on his fight, but everything else basically gets shredded by Wave Beam. You pretty much just have like a death laser at your disposal. Oops. Woes of no gravity suit. Let's go. And then because we killed the Quiet Robo, we actually will get, we will be able to go towards Dragigo without kind of any shenanigans, which is nice, but let's see if I can get this. Oh, nice. Okay. So if you do a little respin on that flash, it shifts you forward just enough to not get hit by that laser. So just a nice little movement optimization there. And then because we have space jump, we can just kind of jump up to the top of this room. So we're going to deboost off that to skip the store animation and then just bop the door. And
Right,
now we
this boss is going to be a bit of a blink and you'll miss it, I think.
Yeah, so Drog dies to about, I think it's 6 fully charged wave beam shots. And we can actually shoot him through his shell. So we're going to damage post on him once, get 2 charge shots off, and then get that free one, and then bye. So say goodbye to Water Spore Spawn. Unfortunately, he was not longed for this world. So that makes use of a tech that's used in the other categories for that fight as well, to trigger 1 cycle Drog. If you continually dash melee into Drog, he will never reset from that kind of like knocked out state. So you can shoot, I think it's 4 missiles or 2 supers, and dash melee again to basically stun lock him permanently. Because the damage from missiles will get him basically to just before gone. And by delaying that timer, it allows you to actually defeat him during the either the counter or from stun locking.
Welcome to Gavaran.
We've got our favorite little guys making sounds that sound like they're from Star Wars.
So how many bosses we have in Gavaran? Like 4? That's
not many.
5.
We've got the robot here, the soldier, Golzuna, and then all the endgame bosses.
Well, there's also the CU and the blue Emmy, so I think that's 5.
True. I always forget about the central units counting.
They really had to pencil in a couple extras for 30, I guess. Had to meet the quota. So where are we going? Ice missiles or?
Yeah, so because we have space jump, we can just kind of go straight to the blue Emmy, and we have wave beam, which gives us plasma beam, so we can open plasma doors. So that basically just allows us to straight shortcut. And as we mentioned before, the Emmys are on vacation, so they're going to leave us alone. And then because we have space jump, we can just kind of jump into the brainless screw attack, and it will get defeated very, very easily. Now, this fight is honestly probably my least favorite, or at least the most awkward Emmy fight, because you have to shoot him from so far away. You also can't use like mashed Omega Stream because it introduces a lot of lag in this room. So we're just going to kind of use the regular Omega Stream here and get him while he's slowly crawling across the top. So this is really the first time we've seen the blue Emmy, and unfortunately he's not longed for this world.
This route also kind of introduces like the really rare case of having ice missiles but not super missiles, which makes the numbers a little more funny.
Well, I think it just straight shortcuts you to fully upgraded missiles. In randomizer, it is separated.
Oh, is that just a randomizer?
Yeah, that's just a randomizer thing. So getting the top upgrade will essentially just get us super missiles, which is kind of weird that supers and ice are in the same area. And you kind of get them very close to each other in vanilla order, but there's just no reason for us to get supers, so we skip them.
Yeah, supers, you literally only use supers to open like the number of super missile covers in this game I could probably count on one hand.
Yeah, exactly. So now we're getting to showcase my favorite trick and one of my favorite parts of the run, the ledge warp section. So I mentioned before that Samus in ball and Samus standing are 2 different states, right? So if you morph during Samus's mantle animation, it will store her stand-up position on that ledge. And then if you morph facing the direction of the ledge in the air, you will immediately jump straight back to where you stored your position. This allows us to do things like that flipper where we navigate through to affect the geometry of the environment and then skip back because we normally would have to go through a wall, and you can't actually clip through that flipper as far as I know. Otherwise, it would require us to kind of go all the way around and back up, which would take a lot of extra time that is just unneeded. And now we're here in Elon. There is one boss here, so we're just gonna make one little quick trip, Fortunately, we have wave beams, so we can kind of backdoor this boss, and he doesn't really like that. So we're going to immediately phase him over to phase 2 by shine sparking into the door. And you just kind of have to be careful that you're not too close to the door, because the load zone can actually extend the initial jump of speed of shine spark, which is kind of the same concept that map lagged wall clips use. That extra lag will extend the jump and allow you to go further through the wall. It's like as if you never passed through that terrain at all. Ooh, nice. So we're going to store another ledge warp here because we need to get out. And unfortunately, the only way out is to spawn the X. But luckily, that trigger is just right here. So if we ledge warp out, we get the cutscene for leaving, and we can do the world's greatest time save. In this game, you can actually charge up a charge beam and then fire with the R button during the shine spark to open doors. This is called a spark shot. It is basically just used to extend shine sparks because shine sparking is faster than actually speed boosting. But we've got only a little bit of cleanup left. We've got a couple cool speed keeps coming up here. Another big ledge warp that goes across a couple rooms. And then we'll be cleaning up the last few bosses and heading to Hanubia. Ooh, world's hardest boss. That cutscene skip always jumps out at me.
Free time save. This is it.
Yeah, that cutscene always surprises me. I always forget it's there. So, it's actually the hardest boss. It's the secret boss of this game. But because we opened up the Enki here earlier, we're actually going to be able to just do a full speed keep through here. Oop, I missed my shot. That's okay.
This enemy is going to be some foreshadowing for later, so keep that in mind.
Oh, I missed it. Okay.
I'm going to be doing one more ledge warp here. There's a trigger for one of the bosses, the Chozo soldier that guards this area, and that is around the place where you would normally get spin boost, the predecessor to spin jump. However, it turns out you can actually set up the boss to spawn in without actually getting spin boost. So this ledge warp right here saves a lot of backtracking and allows us to spawn the boss.
Yeah, I like to roll all the way up to that wall. It's kind of like an auto time. Like, okay, it's time to ledge warp. And now we get to do probably the funniest intended kill in the game called Tumble, where you get a really funny falling animation for shine sparking in him while he's on the wall. And then we just kind of clean him up like we did the other silver Robo or Chozo, and he's gone. That's another boss. Red jelly. And then we're going to do a cool little speed keep here that's pretty tough. Let's see if I can get it. Oh, okay, I got the auto mantle. That's unfortunate. You can get another space jump out and kind of continue that up to the door. I've just recently adjusted to doing it that way, so sometimes I miss it. But that allows you to speedball through that tunnel, which makes it just a little bit faster. And then we can save our shine spark for the door here because we have space jump. Just jump right up, bop. And now we get to fight, honestly, probably one of the most classic problem bosses in Dread speedrunning.
Yeah, so Golzuna the Crab ideally dies to 4 shine sparks. This room is long enough to charge your shine sparks in. It's a matter of making enough room to store them.
Yeah.
So we have a very, very consistent setup. You kind of pick your choice of crazy eights or I don't know what the technique is. I don't think it has a name where you just kind of count the blinking X parasites. That's the one I do. You count 5 blinks and then you start your speed boost into the medium crab.
And unfortunately, using cross bombs is really slow. So we're just going to make use of the fact that we have space jump to just kind of waltz our way through this room. Maybe.
Every time I watch Hobbit do this, he refuses to use cross bombs.
And I consistently will get a bomb instead of a cross bomb at that last one. It just validates my decision. But fortunately, that time I decided to be patient, and it gave me a cross bomb. But basically, you break those blocks, and then when you jump through them, it counts as you being above them, so it breaks from the screw attack or the spin jump. And then you can either flash shift to the ledge or jump to the ledge. Jumping is a little easier. we're really getting to the end here, lab. We only got
like
4 more bosses left. But so we're going to be making our way to Hanubia, which is kind of like the penultimate area. Normally you have to pass through here once. We're gonna make use of a little spark shot here. And luckily we already have wave beams, so we can just kind of go straight to the boss. And then a mechanic of storm missiles is that you get locks faster the longer you've been holding R. So I'm gonna hold R through this cutscene, and then try to get 3 locks here, and then get 3 more. There we go. And then quickly phase them over, get more storm missiles, and then just kind of shoot them. So that's a setup can be a little tricky. Getting that flashback on the third with the 3 at the start can be a little tricky, but you just kind of have to trust it, and then it will allow you to get a bunch of damage. Because while storm missiles do take a long time to charge up, if you have that time, they are a huge burst of damage.
All right, so Orange Emmy is going to give us the power bombs. The Dread developers kind of learned their lesson after watching Prime 2 speedrunners realize, hey, maybe we shouldn't give our player the power bombs off of a power bomb expansion until they get the real deal.
Yeah, unfortunately, you have to get this main power bomb for them to work. There is one power bomb take you can get in that room, that elevator room from Dairon to Artaria. But unfortunately, if you get it, it's like unknown item, just like in Metroid Zero Mission.
But yeah, it's a bit of a step down from Fusion's, I think, total power bomb count of like 74. We only get like... Hobbit's only going to have 2. There's a total of like 15 in the whole game.
Yeah, unfortunately, Powerbomb, the robots decided that I would not be getting any drops, so I had to stay for a little bit of extra farming. But that's okay. So we're going to do the penthouse keep here. We're going to drop a Powerbomb, and bam.
Yo, that was really good.
Yeah, I've been messing that one up, so I'm glad I got that. And then another little fun fact of the flash shift. If you slide into something, I should have mentioned this earlier. If you slide into something during a flash shift, you can immediately cancel that recoil with a flash shift. This allows for some really sick movement where you basically just get to like quickly go through enemies because they're otherwise in the way, and your flash shift would stop.
Yeah, so this gold Chozo, this one's a little different from the others. He's an elite.
He does damage.
It really goes to this boss really goes to show just how much the damage scaling happens. Like even on rookie, if you have like, I think even with two E tanks, you can still like, what are you doing?
I got red suit. Because the Gravity suit is actually smaller than the Gravity suit, you can see the Metroid aura until you flash shift or leave the room. So, I just want to give some people something to look at. We're right at the end, so what's another couple seconds?
I think even with like 2 E tanks, the gold Chozo can one-shot you with some attacks.
Yeah, I think the specifically the boo beam, that's a terrible way to describe it, but that move does damage. You want to avoid it at all costs, and I had a moment where I thought I was about to get hit by it, but luckily I got to the end of the fight.
I did want to drop some fun trivia before Ravenbeak, because I don't know how many people know this at this point. If you take the levels on the world map and you sort them from lowest to highest based on their position on the world map, you also get the levels in alphabetical order. So you get Artaria at the bottom, and you kind of work your way up, and you get Iterash at the top.
It is pretty nice.
I remember that blew my mind when somebody told me that. I'm like, wait, I didn't realize that.
Because you don't go to them in alphabetical order, No,
you don't.
So, but now we gotta fight Dad.
It's Dad.
There's a whole bunch of lore. He contributed DNA or something, but I missed my crossbow. That's unfortunate.
So phase 1 of Ravenbeak, he's got this invincible force field from the opening cutscene that we skipped. So we gotta turn it red. He's gonna take a minute to do that and then throw it at us. And after this parry, Ravenbeak, this phase was really just meant to kind of teach you or test whether you know your parries. You cannot damage him otherwise.
And
so
then
phase
during
2,
that little transition, you can actually flash shift out and get a couple pot shots in.
Yeah. So this next phase, He's going to be flying around. We're going to want to keep him as close to the left side of the screen as possible. Ravenbeak likes to kind of fly around sometimes. We got a couple door slams into the wall. I don't know if I said the door. And that's phase 2, Mike. And opening phase 3 with a counter is extremely epic.
Yeah, this is that luck that is coming back to me after those enemy warps, I'll be honest.
Yeah. So Ravenbeak is grounded, can no longer fly, and has an upgraded arsenal from phase 1. But this wave beam stuff does
Yeah,
a lot of
the
damage.
weaving of the beams plus the missiles really just does them in. And that's Ravenbeak.
So we all know, today's St. Patrick's Day. It's a very, very, very big day. We've got a real treat for you at the end of this run. We've got two green creatures. We've got Metroid Suit Samus. And
then he's back.
We've got Kraid. He's back.
He's back. What will I do?
This is the unholy combination of Kraid, Ravenbeak, and one really big X-Parasite into the monstrosity that we call RBX. We're gonna shoot a huge hyper beam right into his mouth.
Hey, Lab, what flavor do you think the hyper beam is?
Hyper beam? I'm always going with watermelon.
Watermelon? That's a pretty good one. I get a lot of black cherries. Maybe a fruit punch. A little twist on it. Let's see what watermelon, black cherry. There's a lot of strawberry even maybe. I don't know, but Samus is decked out in her St. Patrick's Day attire. She will not be getting pinched. She just needs to run to her ship.
Yeah, so this is the typical Metroid escape sequence. We got to get out of here in 3 minutes or less, or the pizza will be refunded.
Yeah, unfortunately, ours is not as cool as the Fusion one, where there's an emergency in Cranker Z. But this one is still pretty cool.
Fusion has a lot of those timers, yeah.
Yeah, and something that's kind of interesting, when you get the Metroid suit, you lose all of your Aeon abilities. So it is just straight, regular movement from here on out. Oh, okay. I got a
quasi arc spark there.
Yeah. So if you get that full connection, that's called an arc spark. Shout out to Arc Candy. Really, really tough, but very fast because you don't have to recharge your speed booster. And we're going to be coming up on time here right as soon as I get the ending cutscene here. So that's going to be time.
Nice.
All right, we got to check 30 bosses.
30 bosses.
Was anyone counting? Because I lost count. But I'm feeling pretty confident.
If you skipped one, it's okay.
It's fine. But I'm feeling good about 30. We did all our ledge warping, our robots. I think that's pretty solid.
Well, thank you so much for showcasing that. Now is a great time if you want to tell all the wonderful people more about yourselves, where they can find you, where they can follow you, a Discord community if you have it, Blue Sky, whatever it is, now's your chance to do it.
Fantastic. Well, first, let me shout out the whole Dread community, the Dread Speedrunning Discord. It's in server discovery. If you are interested in speedrunning this game or just want to get the art for finishing it fast, please come in. You are welcome in the server. We will help you with whatever trick it is you want to try to work on, whatever categories you want to work, anything like that. We have a staff and players who are always willing to help. Shout outs to everyone. The Mannies, the Ednoliums, the Charlottes, the Mayberries, the Labs, everyone. Truly is a special community. I'm glad to be a part of it. You can find me at twitch.tv/hoppit1697. I usually stream on Wednesdays and occasionally on weekends. And I also have a Blue Sky account by the same name.
So I'd also like to kind of vouch for the Dread community. Amazing bunch of people. I've learned so much from them, and I don't think I'd be nearly as good at the game without their help. I'm Lab Member. I stream on Twitch every now and again by the same sort of spelling of my name that you can see on the screen, I think. I like to run 100% of this game, 100% no major glitches, 100% unrestricted. I do a couple of other games every now and again, like Mario 64. I'm actually learning Metroid Prime 2. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Hope you had a great time. I had an amazing time. Thank you for letting me commentate for your Hobbit. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for being here, Lab. And thank you, Cutie, for selecting me for this hotfix. I appreciate the opportunity. I guess we'll see everyone next mission.
See you next mission, everybody.
Well, thank you so much for showcasing that. That is all for us here at Perilous Paths today. I want to take a moment to thank everyone who was on the show. I'm going to have to run off the list because it's been a few people, but Thunder, Dark Sky, Flash Frost, Schmade, and of course Hobbit and Lab member who you just heard from. But that's not all for us here. And I can't forget my amazing production partner Ray for all of the hard work that they do on the back end. Absolutely cannot forget that shout out. But don't go anywhere because we have an extremely special edition of Hidden Heroes hosted by Anarchy coming up right after the break. They are going to be live from GDC, the Game Developers Conference in San Francisco, and we want to make sure that they get a warm welcome. There's a lot of people watching. There's a lot of hype. We love in-person events, and we want to make this a regular thing at GDC to make sure that it goes well. So stick around, check it out. And if you've been enjoying Metroid here today, as we always do, there is also some Super Metroid runs coming up tomorrow on Game Master. So check out the schedule on the Hotfix website, !Hotfix, I believe, in the chat. But without further ado, that's it from me. Stick around for GDC. It's going to be awesome. I know I'll be watching. Take care, everyone, and have a great rest of your week.